shenanigans from last time?
Running away from a kraken? Yes.
Yeah.
We ended by sailing into Odunos. Also, did you take the gloves, El?
He did.
Yes, I took the gloves. The Cure Wounds gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good? Stream's up? All happy?
Yep.
Okay. We're not going late because we're starting late. We're gonna end normal time, if not a little earlier, depending.
Yeah,
what you guys
I
do.
will fall asleep if we try to go till 11 your time.
We're not going to. Because of circumstance and situation, I didn't plan or get a shit ton done for this today. So I have what I have and not much more. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm good at going on the fly. So you guys get to Adonos. Last time you guys evaded the monster at sea and managed to get to Adonos, or rather, you left off with it on the horizon. Your destination to find out what's going on with this one noble house. And we literally left it there, if I recall correctly. There wasn't any pulling into harbor or anything like
Yep.
that.
I think we could
Zelkos
just
had
see the
retrieved.
cliffs.
Yeah.
We see the cliffs. Zelkos got just done flying back with the Acreus.
Yep.
And we're sailing into Adunos. And I'm just going to take the ship in and I don't know. I don't think I've been to Adunos before, so I think that's very long.
That's a... I'm going to venture to say very few of you to err on the side of one or two of you have to zero. Right? Like I'm venturing to say this isn't really a tourist destination. The only people who would really have been here ever could be arguably Canathos, and I would make an argument for either Voltos, perhaps Acreus. But
And no one knows where Poggles is from.
Yeah, Poggles is.
Poggles has not been here.
Poggles doesn't know where Poggles is from.
So I'm gonna fancy a guess that none of you have. If you would like otherwise, then I think it's a little too late for that.
Nope, I'm making for the docks, and then we'll see from there.
Sure. Okay, so you're pulling into dock. It's very easy to see. And you see the city on a hill in the far distance. The docks, or rather the port for the city is a ways away. Not terribly far, but enough so where you have to walk or take a cart over. It's not really spitting distance of the dock. There's nothing really abnormal about what you're seeing here. It's your typical ships that you would see, fishing ships, trading ships, etc. You see a large number of ships with the sails and colors of House Xantos, though. So you can definitely tell you're in the right place. And you're sailing straight up. Try and find a nice place to dock. Then.
Yeah, we're looking for a slip. Somebody to pay.
Does anyone hail us as we come in, Frank?
No. Surprisingly, no. It's kind of left for you to bring yourself in.
Do I see like signs of activity? Are there people like walking around talking?
Yeah, give me a perception. Yeah.
21.
So you see, I guess your standard fare of people. People coming in, bringing in their goods, uh, bartering with people on the shoreline, etc., etc. Little markets, stands that are set up, try and offload goods quickly. You also can very clearly notice that a large number of the people here are what you would identify or what you would know as risen. So a large number of these people are returned zombies from the underworld, just kind of going about what they're doing. It's not really a terrible surprise to you, knowing from previous knowledge that you have of Adonos that they function like any other citizen within the city. So yeah, amongst all the people, they're also involved here in the tradings and the just daily activities.
Sorry, you said the bulk of the people we're seeing are risen, right? Like we're
yes.
Notable? Okay.
There's more risen than not.
Okay.
Seems like a great disparity between the risen population and the living population here.
So I'm gonna turn to the gang and say, we might have trouble blending in.
What are you talking about? As I turn into a risen with a mask and all.
We,
I
Zelkos,
turn into a
we.
cat. Actually, Frank, before I turn into a player, what animals are around me that I can see?
Seagulls and
Like
beagles.
your typical like ocean birds, seagulls and the like. You see an albatross. That's not usually a good thing. And yeah, you see like rats and such, like typical wharf animals.
I turn
Stands to reason that you would be able to surmise there would be cats here, considering how they're rats.
Alright, I'm gonna turn into a cat and jump on Canathos' shoulders. A kitten, actually.
So Canthos has a kitten on one shoulder and a flying monkey on the other shoulder.
I'm very happy.
Blended in so well.
Alright,
They're
Zelkos,
trying to protect me.
how do you want to do this? Do you want to go around town looking for information while we don't, spook everybody, or Zelkos?
Well, I'm worried that Zelkos will take the form of someone that's an actual person.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll avoid that for now. I think we all agreed on the way here that that Lord Patrozantos, as much as I want to play such a intriguing and interesting role, I think it's staying in the back pocket for as long as possible. Only to be used in emergencies.
I suppose my question is, should Zelkos and Acreus potentially go on a recon mission and see what's what, or do we want to go into town together?
Puggles
if
has no
Acreus
tail.
can be trusted,
Yeah, what are you talking about, so Zacharias?
Outright.
Zelkos, just keep an eye on him, please.
I can certainly try. If he wants to hide from me, I can't stop him.
That's true. I think all of us going on might take too much attention, but maybe Poggles can go with you. How do you
Sure.
feel about that, Poggles?
Meow, and I meow yes.
I don't know if I
I'm nodding as a kitten. You
Hold
can
on.
tell. You can tell I'm saying yes.
Chosen. I can make cats understand me, and I can make cats understand that I mean them no harm, but I cannot speak to cats.
Oh my god.
You can make cats understand you. You said.
Yeah.
I have the hat on.
He
so
cannot
I-
understand cats, is what he's saying.
Oh, okay. He can understand cats.
Oh, that's true.
every
In
language.
hindsight, Poggles should have given away the hat. Literally anyone but Poggles should have the hat. In
No,
hindsight.
we like Poggles.
All right. Yeah. I'll go looking around. Any particular targets that I should be keeping an eye out on? Any
If you
role I
see
should be
any
playing?
big Patrozento, oh sorry, if you see any big House Xantos shipments or movements, get a sense of how big their influence is in the city. We saw a lot of boats coming in, but also see if you can find out anything about the actual patriarch, because we believe him to be the guy behind all this. Baltos, anything else?
No, it's mostly that. I'd send my monkey with you to come get us if something bad happens, but it's a flying monkey. This doesn't seem like it's very subtle.
Yeah, I'd rather have the reverse. I'd rather you come find us.
Yep.
All right. In that case, let's get going, Acreus and Boggles. And I walk off the ship. I guess I will transform my disguise a little bit to make it look like I'm holding a small, like I have a small messenger bag sort of on like my front right thigh, just to oh, I'm just like a postal person going around delivering stuff, but put in such a place where no one's gonna try to pickpocket me, and then I will head out and just I'm doing sort of big laps and circles through the town, try to just cover as much ground as I can and see as much as I
Okay.
can.
So, again, as I stated before, you're far enough away from the town where it's going to take some distance. So, are you planning on like doing this at the docks and trying to get any information here at the docks, or how do you want to go about this?
Nah, I think I'm gonna go pretty fast through the dock, or just straight shot through the docks to wherever it looks like there's like a staircase up to town or like an entrance into the town proper. But I'll obviously keep a close eye out through the docks. But my main objective is to find information in town. If something catches my attention on the docks, I'm surely gonna find an excuse to go that way instead.
Sure. So it takes a bit of, I guess, just give me a blank perception. Just give me a perception for this. We can carry it over throughout your.
Poggles, did you use your cat stats or your druid stats?
I'm happy with the 19. For
Well,
what?
what I'm saying is Poggles might be better at perception than cats.
Poggles is a natural one. I'm still Poggles. I'm just shaped like a cat.
No, when you polymorph, I think you use the animal stats for checks and stuff, but I'm not positive.
Correct. It's a little
Well,
different for druids. You keep some of your stats, but not all of them. But like the idea is like you could transform into something super strong, and now you can like knock down a door.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You had a higher perception anyway.
Acreus did, yeah. Oh shit, I also did 20. So yeah, the whole squad is seeing everything. The second one was Acreus.
Okay. So I guess as you work your way towards the town, towards the city, and you're traversing the very clear road from the port to the city itself, you see a bunch of carts coming back and forth. Your standard mercantile affair. While you're traveling up the road, you see one cart heading down towards the dockside area, and it has crates that are clearly labeled with the house colors, the coat of arms for House Xantos, heading back towards the dock.
I'm gonna mutter under my breath in Sylvan to Acreus, and say, check out the cart over there, and just sort of knock my head that way. And I'll start like veering towards the direction the cart came from, and ask, and then Acreus will sort of try to cut off the cart a bit and try to get a good look at what's in the cart or who's using it.
All right. So you can see just a Risen that's kind of like walking a mule towards the docks. There's nothing really much else here. besides this one risen walking towards the docks, or leading the mule towards the docks. Crates abound on this cart, though. You see a large number of them, upwards of 10-ish, which you can make out immediately, or readily.
Okay, just nondescript crates.
Yeah, have the family insignia on them.
Do they look similar to the ones we saw in the other place, or is the crates in the other place were like super nondescript?
They were super nondescript.
I see. Okay.
It almost seems like your standard fare for just mercantile crates, just ownership of them.
All right, I'm gonna just sort of fuss a bit with my my belt, and then just sort of watch as they go by, and see what boat they're headed onto. And then I'll head off once I know where they're going.
So yeah, it's very clear that they are heading towards one of the piers that has one of the House Santos craft on it, so docked on it. So very clear that they're heading straight towards that dock.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just sort of keep checking back on them as they head into town.
Does not change.
Okay. We head into town, keep looking for other things of note. I also just sort of took a mental picture of that Risen who was who was operating the cart.
He's
Like
okay.
to transform into them is the idea.
Yeah. Standard fare Risen, just by the by.
Okay.
Alright. So as you're heading back into town, you really don't see anything much out of the ordinary. Just what you would normally expect from a port town or port settlement. Somewhat akin to what you saw at Miletus, but, you know, spookier.
Okay.
When you get into town, it's a pretty grim place. There's not really a hustle and bustle as there was in Miletus, people trading or anything like that. This is very much a rather dark, gloomy settlement. It's a lot of stone buildings, very little in the way of fanfare or people out on the streets performing as if you would find at Miletus. Just very almost macabre, as it would be. As you would imagine it would be, anyway. What are you planning on doing here?
Just covering as much ground as possible, looking for any sort of flags, heraldry, symbols of
Sure.
the house,
So,
and then like any mansions or guard posts, guard patterns, just things that might be useful related to the house.
sure. So as you're going around town, if you're doing this with some level of expedience, you don't really find anything. There's nothing really here that would even show House Santos being here, or even being closely affiliated to this city in the slightest.
Cool. All right, then I'll
How long are you staying in the town?
probably like at least like a. I mean, it depends on how big it is, but like at least an hour.
Sure. After about... Yeah, no, that's fine. So yeah, I guess like you end up scoping out various temples within the city, taverns, etc., etc. You pretty much get a pretty good lay of the land here over this time searching around, but you don't really find anything that would even show that this house does business here
Cool. That is
from
useful.
anything within the town.
And I didn't see any other. So that cart was literally the only time we saw anyone who could be part of that house.
You are correct.
All right. What's the road made of?
It's like a dirt road. It's not really much.
I'm gonna lead
Cobble or stone.
lead our squad back to where that cart was originally, and ask Acreus if he can try to track that cart backwards through the dirt.
Well, as you're walking back, the cart is coming towards the town.
All right. I'm gonna turn to Poggles, and I'll say, Poggles, follow that cart, and we'll follow you.
Okay, let's go. Or meow.
So I'll have Acreus follow the cat, and then I'll follow the Acreus.
Sure. It's leading. So as you're following the cart, it kind of follows this main road through the town. Basically straight through, no stops. People seem to be giving it a very wide berth, and it starts leading out of town after about 25-ish minutes of following it. The Risen starts walking the cart out of town
Interesting.
toward the west.
Can we sort of peer out to the west and see if there's any like smokestacks or buildings or yeah,
Nothing you can really see, but there is a very clear defined road that you can very clearly tell carts traverse on the regular.
Okay. So I'll sort of wait for Poggles and Acreus to group up. I don't know if there's anything you want to check out first, Poggles.
No, I'm just following.
All right. So once we group up, I'll say, all right, I guess back to the boat and report what we found. And then we go.
Meow, if that's right.
Okay. So after about like 20 minutes, you get back. No problem. There's not really anything that's going to inhibit your journey back. So
All right, lads, how'd it go?
Interesting. I thought there'd be a lot more obvious presence, but there was a cart we saw as soon as we walked out of the docks and had their symbol. So we just sort of noted that and figured we'd find more. But, we explored for the good hour or so. Didn't see a single guard, building, banner, sigil, nothing related to the house. So we, came back here, figured out we would track the cart backwards. Lucky timing, the cart was heading back home. So we followed that all the way to the western gate, and it was just heading out west. So didn't see any sort of smokestacks or buildings from that vantage point, but I'm assuming that if they have some sort of manor or fortress or base operations, it's probably not in Odunos. It's probably west of Odunos. So there's also
This direction.
that boat, and I'll try not to point at, but I'll like kind of look at the side of my eye and be like X boats down, like 3 boats down, 6 boats down, whatever. That they dropped off the things at. So I don't know if we want Poggles or 9 to go take a look, but I don't want to get caught over there.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. So you said the town proper, like Odunos proper, you saw very little presence.
Yeah, I mean, Acreus is much better eyes than I do, but none of us saw anything. I mean, Poggles, shake your head if you, or meow once if you saw something, meow twice if you didn't. And then
Said be right back.
it's a beer pack, so I assume we'll get the negative, so.
I'm here. What's up?
Just asked the cat to confirm that nothing was seen by meowing twice.
No, I don't think anything has been seen.
So yeah, I don't know if one of you two animals want to check out the
It's a cool map.
yeah, check out the other boat. The Haunted Docks free battle map.
I'm not gonna remove any of that shit because if you're streaming, I would like to give credit where credit's
Oh
due.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
and then I can buy it if I need it.
all the stuff I find, I'm just not removing any of that. The pink is your boat.
That's our boat, okay. The Wayfarer.
No longer than that. There we go.
Alright, so I will be on the Wayfarer.
Do we want to go west or have a look at this other boat first?
I think
I don't think there'll
sending
be-
one of our... Yeah.
I don't think there'll be anything interesting on this other boat, though, right?
Could be paperwork.
Uh,
It definitely looked like mercantile goods in there. So it's interesting. The crates we found in Miletus didn't have any sort of symbols or sigils on them. They're very nondescript, obviously being smuggled. These did have the house crest on them, which means these are legitimate trade goods being traded.
I wonder if
I mean-
Junior is running sanctioned business or unsanctioned business.
I think it's sanctioned by his father, but maybe not like the entirety of the town or the
He
entirety of
says
the
it is, though.
family.
He
It
told
was-
us that, but you know...
Yeah, but I feel like he'd be hesitant to say something like that should it ever come back to his father. Also, his father
True.
technically wrote the note. I mean, they all chuckled at it, but that's because the note said like, "Haha, we're all here to do some legal business." Tee hee 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 hee.
Oh, right, right.
I mean, we
Okay.
could just make Acreus incredibly stealthy and have him go steal anything of importance on the boat.
Yeah, that sounds good. Facarius is good for that.
I'm pretty much tapped on spells, so I can't really help too much. That Kraken fight took a lot out of me.
Maybe we take a look at the boat very carefully and then try for a long rest, then?
Yeah.
My spells are alright, but...
That sounds good. If we maybe we should just send one of the animals over first, though.
Boggles, you feel like you want to go on a mission?
Do it.
I feel like Acreus would be sneakier than an animal would be, but...
I
I
am
would make
the
him invisible.
sneakiest person I know.
That's actually... I agree with you. You are the sneakiest person I know as well.
Did you say invisible? Hmm?
Hmm?
Go on.
I would actually wait for him to cast, pass that trace before I cast invisibility, though.
I have my magic, so I'll use mine and then you use yours. How's that?
Yeah, go.
All right, ready, set, go. And he's going to cast pass that trace.
And I cast invisibility on him.
Wait, let me make sure he has spell slots. Acreus
I don't know what I'm
spells.
casting.
He has 1 second level spell slot left, so I will pop that.
Boom.
Mark that off. It won't let me mark it off. That's weird. And then Acreus and Poggles, I guess, will go on a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It will not be hard. There's this big boat right over here.
Big journey.
What is the minimum Acreus can roll?
I don't know. Let's find out. So stealth would be, he's got plus 11 and advantage.
So in theory, a 22.
So 39.
39. Yeah, 39 currently. But in theory, the lowest he could possibly roll would be 22.
Yeah.
If we rolled 2 ones. Okay.
So he's both invisible and
Pass
has a
that trace.
39 stealth, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wait, yeah,
Good.
that
I have given you control over his character. You should be able to move Acreus.
all right. He's gonna.
The blue boat is theirs.
All right. He's gonna sort of like slink alongside the buildings wherever he can, making sure to stay out of the way of people. And then once it gets to here, it's gonna look around and see if there's anyone there.
Oh yeah, there are.
All right, he's just gonna using the magics and his very high perception, just sort of like weave in and out. Like as people are stepping, he'll step. As people are lifting and dropping things, that's when he'll make his big moves. So he's just like sort of tiptoeing around everyone, and he's looking for any sort of like cabin or area where someone might keep documentation.
Sure. So, extend the boat out.
Oh, jeez.
Wealthy family. So yeah, you can see the gangplank here to get on board, flanked by 2 guards. As Acreus... Is Poggles currently a cat?
Toggle? Yeah.
So as Acreus walks over to the gangplank, one of the guards... Whoop! One of the guards is like, hey, dude, as he, like, reaches across the gangplank to try and nudge his, compatriot. He says, look at that cat right there. And the other guys are like, alright, I know we're not allowed to, like, I know we're not allowed to shirk on our duties here, but that is an amazing cat. And then this guy kind of like walks over here and starts like petting the cat and like lifting Poggles up. And is like, this is the best cat I've seen in forever. Because we rarely get cats like this around here. I'm assuming you're a chunky lad.
I'm a chonker.
You're a chunky cat. So these 2 guards are shirking on their duties and looking at this cat.
All right, Acreus is gonna smirk and head on in.
Okay.
He's also obviously looking for gold and treasure because he's Acreus, but
That's accurate. Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
do a deception check, so I'm actually a cat. I'm just a cute cat.
You are a cat.
Let's go.
That is what you are. So on board the ship, it's laid out not really like yours. I mean, the general, it's just a much larger ship. So you have like a general cabin that you believe, or rather you believe to be a cabin, and a hold that you can kind of see through some grates, as it were. But yeah, this is very much a cargo ship, not really designed with any finer luxuries in mind.
similar to the lumber ship.
Yes, actually.
Okay, so he's gonna keep that in mind as
You would
he's
have previous.
exploring. Probably go exactly to where that chest was and any other places he would have thought to hide things.
So
What's going on, guys?
You are currently
actually in the middle of doing something.
Yeah, you have a 39 stealth roll, and you are invisible and pass without a trace. I couldn't mark off your second spell slot, but you're at second level spell slots, and you are on a boat very similar to that lumber ship that we had with, we don't know what kind of trade goods are on there, but you are on the docks of Odunos. Poggles is a big chunky cat outside getting pet by the guards, and you are on the lookout for documentation and items. We also took a stroll around town looking for symbols of the family we're searching for, and didn't find anything in town, but we did find one of their wagons heading westward out of town.
You can finish up the thing you started, because I'm gonna need 1 second to finish up whatever scene is going on. If I'm in it.
Yep.
okay. So I was gonna wait till he was ready, but we'll just do it then. So yeah, there's no one actually on this ship. It's basically just the cargo, what rats are on board, and that's about it. Using your knowledge from the lumber ship that you were acquainted with, you have a general idea where the captain's quarters would be, or where a draft table would be for maps and charts and the like. So keeping that in mind, Acreus moves towards that destination on board. Can you give me a perception, I guess, for Acreus?
Sure.
Or a couple things.
Pow. 25.
All right. So, you see a bunch of, or rather, Acreus sees a bunch of crates, still emblazoned with this family crest. Going over to one of them, it's not particularly hard to open them up. You open a crate, and inside are, on my table. Inside is an assortment of fruit, which you find to be very odd, judging from your previous knowledge of this place, knowing that the Risen don't really need to eat anything.
Has Acreus ever seen any of these types of fruit before? Is it just like common stuff, or are they like fancy?
It's generally common fruit.
Okay. Pop open one more chest just to be sure that this isn't like go to one of like the ones that maybe close to the wall. See if maybe it's like Inspector would check out these first three, assume it's all fruit, and then miss the one in the back.
This one is a box full of nails. It is a crate full of giant, like, nails. Like what you would find in like railroad ties there.
Cool. Then he's just gonna shrug and head over to look for, again, documents and monies.
Sure. So in the center of this hold there's a large draft table. Like I said, charts, maps, etc. And there is, upon inspection of this table, you can find a registry, a ledger, basically keeping track of what's on board, where it's going, money spent, so on and so forth.
Where was the last place it was, and where's the next place it's heading? Before this location, obviously.
Do you want to know the last place and where it's heading next?
Yeah.
The last place this ship was in Bloodtree.
So Bloodtree to Odunos to where?
Bloodtree, which you know to be, it's Bloodtree to Adunos, and its next stop will be Data Harbor.
Ah. And what were you saying about Bloodtree?
I don't really know if. I guess he can give me a. Acreus can give me a knowledge, history, knowledge, nature, what have you, to figure out where this is, or to see if he has any idea where it is. Yeah, he knows it's south of Asphodel.
Okay.
Alex, can you do all my rolls, man? I think this is like...
It's my big DM energy. If I'm controlling something that isn't mine, I roll high. Okay, and he's gonna take a look at. He saw there was money involved. How much money does he believe might be on the ship?
Well, it says that there's gold in the thousands that was spent, or rather, that was received at Bloodtree.
All right, he's gonna head further in the ship, looking for said money.
I'm still a cat. I'm actually a cat for like 15 more minutes, right? Doesn't it only last an hour?
Yep. But I think you can. I think you can make it last longer while you're in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you can spend your second wild shape so you don't fall out and go back in. Just like prolong it.
Right. Okay.
Back on the docks, the two guards are still holding you, Poggles. They're holding you. They're petting your fur. They're having a blast.
I kind of like it.
That's good. They're going about doing that when a third guard comes walking down from this direction. Comes walking up, and he notices these two guards are
Lollygagging.
shirking on their duties kind of like looks at them and puts his hand to his bony face and is like, "Really, a cat? This is what I have to catch you guys doing? Not working?" And the two guards turn to him and say, "Sir, it's not what it seems like. We caught this cat on board the ship, and we are promptly returning it to the pier where it belongs. No stowaways on our guard." And the guy looks fairly unconvinced, as you can tell.
I'm gonna go. Can I go nuzzle with the guard? I'm gonna go up below his feet and just start weaving between his legs.
What kind of check would I have you roll to like escape the grasp of these two guards?
Acrobatics versus athletics.
Yeah,
Or
I guess
athletics versus athletics.
I don't know how to roll the cat stuff.
So you
You
just
roll the
just
cat
look up
stuff.
look up cat on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
At
can
some
also just
at
add
some
to your
point,
choice.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. You can pick some of your favorite animals and just stick them on there.
So I searched cat druid D&D rolls on Google.
Just cat. No, just here. I will get you a link. So if we go to
Dice
I
bags
got
and
it.
cat
Yep.
loving D&D
I
players.
put it in Theros chat. Just click this, and then all the red dice should be active for you to make checks.
later this week, we should show you how to add it to your character sheet.
So I want to roll.
Dex, because if it doesn't
Well,
have proficiency in
yeah.
something, you just roll the stat.
So whatever's higher, athletics or acrobatics, or if those aren't there, like Tommy said, dex or strength. Probably dex.
So yeah, you're able to kind of like muscle your way or finessely get yourself out of the grip of this guard, and you walk over to the superior officer and kind of just like do the thing that cats do, where they brush up against their feet or their leg or whatever. And he like looks down at you, looks over at the other two guards, and says, "Cute." He looks over at the guards and he says, "Get on board and make sure everything's made ready to depart. They want to leave tonight." And they kind of like give him a salute.
Do I kind of know where everyone is on the? Are we like? Am I worried for my friend Acreus? Like I can't communicate. I can't see what he's doing, right?
No, you cannot. He's below deck. That's
Huh.
that's more of a personal question. I don't know.
He's also invisible.
Yeah. Do you feel as if Acreus? Do you feel as if you would shirk away to try and warn Acreus of what's about to happen? That's a question you would have to ask yourself here.
I can start some shit.
That is also true. You can definitely start.
Are these scary guards?
They look pretty well armed for run-of-the-mill guards on a pier.
Alright, then I'm just gonna meow really loud, hoping that Acreus can A, hear me, and B, can maybe realize that's the sign. And then I'm gonna start walking back as a cat. All the way back to here.
Okay. So these two guys take a step on the boat, and they start doing their duty. I guess this is gonna be a perception check from Acreus, and then followed by a wisdom check, I guess.
Animal handling, right? To interpret the sound.
I guess so. This is more of a interpreting what he means by it, though. So I guess so.
Yeah, that's what it says. Intuit and animals' intentions.
Sure.
Tommy, you taking over on rolls?
No, finish the scene. You started it. Like,
God.
finish the scene, man.
Also,
He just wants your rolls. That's all he wants you for.
Poggles would still know what a cat would be saying too, because I have high animal handling too. I don't know if that would make a difference.
Acreus to see if he can understand the pitch and like what that screech means is basically.
Well,
what's
he
going
let off with a 12, so
Yeah.
step one.
You cannot hear the cat's meow.
Alright. Then he's just going to keep going about his business. He's obviously still listening for anyone coming on board.
Yeah. He's still listening, and with that 12, after about a minute, you can hear heavy footsteps on deck above you. So Acrius knows that there are people on board the ship.
Okay.
But while that was happening with the cat, Acrius does a bit more snooping on board the ship. Doesn't really find anything in the way of money or anything. It seems like everything was properly logged, accounted for, and moved off of the boat, from what Acrius is able to tell.
Okay. Does the ledger say? So we'll go peek at the ledger or captain's quarters and just try to see if you can figure out the captain's name or the ship's name. And if it's not obvious, I'll go look outside and see if the ship has a name on it.
Sure. So the ledger just reads ledger for the tea tree.
Okay.
Next to each of the logs in the ledger, there is a spot for a captain's name, and you can tell that the captain who last had the helm here was named Gladys.
Alright, then he'll sneak his way off the ship as slowly as he needs to.
Sure. Coming back aboard deck, you see the two guards that you saw before kind of going about, double checking for stowaways and making ready to sail. And that's about all they're doing. They do not. Let's see. Just double check. Yeah, they don't see you.
They didn't beat a 39.
Yeah, nope. They even with their whopping plus, they have no way of beating a 39. So they do not see you, and you are able to effectively get off the ship.
Alright. Then, yeah, he's just gonna head back to the ship and tell everyone what he found and read and saw. And also looking back at the ship, looking to see if there is a name on the side of the ship, potentially the tea tree.
It says tea tree.
Cool. Alright.
Right.
And so that's what I saw.
Is there a reason we're very suspicious of this boat?
It's they were bringing cargo onto that boat from the family with the family symbol.
Okay.
Why don't we get off the boat and explore the town?
You already explored the whole town for like an hour.
All right.
And we found that we think
Fill him in on what happened.
yeah. So you, me, and Poggles. Poggles was a cat, and I was a risen. Explored the town for about an hour. Didn't see any sign of the family, except their cart coming to this boat. And then eventually, when we were coming back to the dock, we followed the cart back through town, out the western gate. Did not spot any like smoke or buildings or anything, but we saw lots of wagon tracks. So we're assuming that if they have a obvious hold somewhere, it would be outside of town. Maybe they have some underground stuff here, but if they have like a big manor or something, it's probably not here. It's probably to the west.
All right. Shit, this doesn't work if I don't.
And also
You
you're
told
out
me,
sickness.
Christian. Sorry, Kanathos. This is in player for 1 second. You said you have a lot of money. You didn't tell me how much at all, right? I remember
No.
you say, Kanathos. Why don't you just go over and tell those guys you have a lot of money and you need to talk to the head of the Xantos family?
I could do that. I was worried because there's not a lot of humans here. They're all mostly risen, so that's why we had people go out in disguise first.
Yeah, I get that. That actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I also don't know if we want a meeting with that family. I think we want to lay low as long as we can.
I thought we would have entertained a meeting, but we can just keep sneaking around. That's fine.
Well, do we think we want to go out to either follow another cart or locate their compound? Because either way, whether we go and meet with them or we're going in looking, I think we've exhausted what we can find in Odunos. You guys seem like you were pretty thorough.
2 options. Whatever's west where this stuff is coming from, or we hit the boat at night when it leaves.
Did you see where the boat was going, Acreus? Where it's going next?
Alex?
Yep.
Because it mentioned, either you or Poggles mentioned, like, that it had come from...
Yeah, it came from Blood Tree, which I know is south of Asphodel, and is heading to Data Harbor after its destination of Odunos, which is here.
Data Harbor.
Well, I'll hold my finger up. Wait, did you say there are wagon tracks leading out of town?
Yep, but there are
Why-
lots of them.
Oh, so there's going to be no way for us to find which tracks.
You might. They're fresh-ish.
I can go take a stab at it real quick, and if I get lost, I'll come back and we go by boat.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna go out, and I'm not even trying to stealth Frank because I don't think
I'm gonna turn into a bigger version of Acreus, or like maybe change my like face spikes a bit, but similar attire, similar look, and follow.
What are you doing? You look
Actress
like
like a child.
I thought Acreus looks like a demon.
I look like that picture. You can't even tell I'm really a demon. I'm in like all armor.
Yeah, so I give a similar getup, but I'm taller, and so we just look like 2, I don't know, assassins or bodyguards or something.
Okay. And I tell you as we're walking over, I'm just gonna take a quick stab at these tracks, and if I can't find which ones are which, we're just gonna go back. I don't want to kill anything or fight anything here.
I say in your exact voice, sounds good.
All right. What survival, Frank, or
Yeah, this will be a survival.
And I will assist him.
I'll rub my hands together and be like, "It's those right there. I know it."
I also rub my hands together.
I don't actually know.
I did not help.
I could be. We don't know.
There's a lot of tracks here, and they all lead primarily west of town. It looks like a cart came through here relatively recently, though. And then you both kind of look up and hear a guy who says, "Pardon me," and you look around or turn around, and there is a cart that's kind of just standing behind you. He's like, I need to get back to my house."
I'll point at him with one finger and go, "Who are you?"
My name's Ted. That's my name. Excuse me, I've had a long day at the docks. I would like to get back to my house.
I'll get out of your way, Ted. What do you know about those guys over there? And I'll point to the boat / undead guards.
Isn't that like across town?
Yeah, it's not very near the town.
So yeah, you weren't
sorry.
here.
I thought they were like.
That
I
is.
thought they were like.
It was like a 20-minute trip to get.
Gotcha. That's my bad.
That's fine. So I don't worry about that. Yeah, you weren't here for that.
All right, I'll get out of the way and be like, "I'm sorry, Edward. You can go."
It's Ted.
I'm sorry, Ed.
He said Ned.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ned.
It's Ted.
Sorry, Ted.
He kind of like gets on his cart and he just kind of like
Does
yip,
does
and the mule kind of takes him.
does Ted and his Ted and his wares have any notable sigils or?
He's just riding this cart. He's got no wares on it.
Ah,
He's actually, no. He's got a bit
let's
of
say cabbages.
he's got a bit of grain. He's got a bit of grain, like wheat and such, which you find to be odd considering how he's arisen.
As we're walking back to this boat, I'm gonna turn to Zelkos, who's me, and be like, "You can shapeshift into basically anyone you've seen before, right?"
Everything I've tried, I just can't.
Why
In
don't
your
you
exact
just-
voice, just can't go bigger or smaller.
Why don't you just morph into the guy who talked with Lord Xantos and explain to those guards that like some crates or something strange happened with the stuff that was bought or sold, and they'll tell you exactly where they went.
Which person?
The guy from remember when we met Lord
Lord Gelt.
Xanthos, but you weren't you?
I assume you mean Gelt, the merchant.
Yeah, I mean, didn't the rest of our crew say they threw him in a barrel or something while we were eating dinner?
You weren't Gelt. You were an old man.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true.
Just go
But
tell them you were that old man and explain literally everything that happened, and
yeah, but
that you need to go
that
talk
old
to him.
man lied to them because that old man said I'm gonna send my sons over with money to buy your fancy mask, and he never did. So that man is suspicious to them.
I guess that's true. But we're just gonna sail our boat to the town on that ledger and hope we find something.
Well, Data Harbor's not gonna have anything special. We've been Data Harbor before.
Oh, I thought the ledger had a different name.
Remember the town that was on fire? That's Data Harbor.
I thought the ledger we found on the boat had a different name than Data Harbor.
It did. So the place the ship was prior was Fire Tree.
Blood Tree.
We're gonna-
Blood Tree.
Are we gonna sail the blood tree and hope we find something when we have 3 people who know exactly where everything is right over there?
I mean, I don't think they're gonna know anything about like the Archon and the stopping the gods. I think those are just regular merchants. I think we got to
Alright.
get to the source, get to the
I have
patriarch.
one request and then I'll shut up and go back. Why don't you shapeshift into one of them and ask some questions? You're very persuasive. I think you can do it.
Turn into one of those guards and ask.
Yeah. Turn into a guard and say, "Oh my god, I forgot something on the shipment. Where the heck was that wagon going?" Something like that. You're very persuasive. I'm not.
I
If
mean,
it doesn't,
yeah. What am I trying to get out of them?
where the wagon went?
We can just follow the wagon.
We don't know where it went.
We'll just walk down that road till we find a big house.
Okay. Oh,
Ye,
I mean-
ye little faith. The gods have a plan for us and a path for us.
Up in Nyx. Crewfix looks over at Karamitra and is like, "Is this really like what you're fucking bringing to the table here?" Is this what you're bringing to the table here? And she's like shaking her head, like, "Look, I'm sorry, but like, I figured they would figure it out."
And Zelkos says, "Nothing and no one can steer me from my higher calling, and that higher calling is following that road." Although,
Look, I'm down to walk aimlessly down that road forever. I just know those 3 over there know exactly where the wagon went. But if you want to ignore them, that's fine.
we can always come back.
Okay. We head back to the boat.
Sure. As you're walking back, you can see a number of guards, 2 of which that you recognize, who are walking towards town.
Okay. I mean, I'll look at Zelkos and be like, "Look, I know you don't want to do anything fun, so let's get back to the boat."
I mean, you can tell them if you want.
No, sorry. We have to go down the road. We have to go back to the boat. We have to go down the road.
All right, look, I promised everyone else I wouldn't just be off transforming into kinds of forms and chatting with people. I thought it was supposed to be quiet
What?
for once.
Why would you make that promise? Who are you? You're Zelkos. Why the heck would you make that promise?
Because last time we almost got in over our heads. And I think this time we're going to play it slow, take it in multiple steps, multiple stages, multiple tiers. We got a pretty smart crew here.
All right. So when I go back to the boat and say, "What's the plan?" and the plan doesn't sound good, what do we do?
Then we come up with a new plan. Like we always do.
As you are walking by the 2 guards, you hear them say, "You know, all in all, this was a successful night, don't you think?" Yeah, I agree. Especially that part where we saw the cat. That was a very, very important part for me. I was very happy with that. The last time I saw a cat was, well, it was my mother's cat, and I haven't seen her in, he looks down, well, a couple centuries, and I haven't seen that cat in even longer. The other one says, "Truth, truth." Well, let's head on over to the Martin's Tail.
So
Sounds good.
So Zelko sighs. gets 40 feet away from them, turns around, begins casting a spell 60 feet away, so 20 feet ahead of them, and summons a very chunky cat. And the cat is going to sort of like loop around once and then say, "Tell me where your masters live," in common.
What are you doing?
Oh wait, no. Yeah, so I'm casting Silent Image. And then but the cat is gonna do the loop, and then I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion, and the cat will disappear, saying that as it's disappearing. So like they see the cat's mouth move, and then it begins to fade, and then they hear the sound hit them.
What are you doing, Zelkos?
Uh,
We're going back to the boat.
The
You
guards
ju-
kind of
you just see me
stop,
waving
and
my
he
hands.
says, Caprius, did you just see that? And he looks over. He looks to his partner and he says, "Billiam, did that cat just talk?"
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion again. Same thing.
And then disappear. There it is again. Caprius, did you spike my lunch drink? I swear to you, Billiam, I've done no such thing.
They hear again.
Well,
This is no trick. You must tell me where your masters reside.
they kind of look at each other, and they say, "This must be one of those group hallucinations we've heard about. Yes, the gods must be playing tricks on us. This is most unfortunate. This is most terrifying, even."
They hear a whisper directly in between their ears that says, "This is no trick." And then there's gonna be a big meow from where the original cat was. It's like almost roaring level.
What do I see right now?
You just see me waving my hands and whispering.
These lads get so terrified from this that they start like hoofing it into town.
Okay.
They are borderline screaming.
Yeah, I was just waving my hands and holding a bit of fleece. And so now I'll chuckle and say, "Well, you were right, Akris. That was a lot of fun." And I'm going to head onto the boat.
What was that? Why didn't you just go turn into one of them and talk to them?
Because I don't know any of their guards. I need to take on a role, a persona. I didn't know. Now I know Billiam and Caprius, and I'm happy to take on the role of Billiam or Caprius. But before that, I didn't know the third guard. Imagine if someone walked on our ship and said, "Hello, fellow people. I am one of you, and I need the information about the things on the ship."
Hello, fellow humans.
Would have worked on me. I don't know.
Akris, you trust everyone.
And everyone trusts you, man.
You're not wrong. So I probably could have just been myself. You bring up a good point. Maybe I'm getting over reliant on this new disguise that
All right,
Carmitra gave me.
those guards ran. We have 0 leads. We're headed back to the ship with 0 new information, and we have no plan.
No, we're gonna go track the wagon. Let's go see what everyone else thinks.
Get back to the ship unmolested.
All right.
All right, Akris, Zelkos, what'd you find out?
Zelkos turned down a situation to turn into someone else and talk to people. What do you guys think? Isn't that strange? That's a little strange, don't you think?
Who are you?
Can we get some
and What did
context?
you do with Zelkos?
I thought we agreed I was not supposed to go transforming into people and talking. It was supposed to be a quiet information gathering tour.
Yeah, I worry about you getting stranded there. We don't know our enemy that well. If you try to pretend to be someone, and
Right.
Perhaps you try and pretend to be an actual person, and you don't know information they're supposed to know.
Well,
Yeah,
what did you
and
find
I'm
out?
just tall Acris right now.
Oh, yeah, Zelkos, tell them what you found out. Go ahead.
Yeah, same. Just that there's several carts travel that way, and several homes must be that way, and that's their next lead.
You didn't have
to
to
put
tell
that
me anything about the
plainly-
guards.
To put that
Like-
plainly, we know nothing.
We also
nothing.
we also know that Billiam and Caprius, the guards, were very happy about seeing a cat. It's the best part of their day. And I turn to Poggles.
They
Do you know where they
also
happen to be
said
going
something
next?
else. Good question.
Nope.
Okay.
You do.
We. Oh yeah. What'd they say?
He said they were going to the Martin's Tail.
Right. Martin's tail. I repeat that then.
Sounds like we should go to this Martin's Tail place then.
Follow these two dudes. Maybe follow them a little farther. See where
No,
they go.
no, Zeltos had a better plan. He wanted to walk aimlessly down that road over there.
That's an okay plan if it comes to it, I think.
No, I like your plan. I
So
like your plan.
do you wanna send 9 to go scout for these two guards? Because we might lose them soon. They were running into town.
We know where they're going, most likely, right?
I mean, do you know where the
Zelkos,
Martin's
how are
tail
you on
is?
spells? You too as well, accurate.
I just used another one for fun, so I got about 2 of my weakest spells left, and also all my regular
I'm
ones.
extremely powerful, and
Okay.
I'll flex.
Oh, Tommy, I did use your second level spell slot.
You used just pass without a trace twice.
No, but you had already had one marked off, I think, from probably Disguise Self or
Second
something.
levels? What?
Didn't you use one in town yesterday? Or did we sleep on the boat? I don't remember. It looked like you had one marked off. Maybe it popped up as marked when I cast the spell and I didn't notice it.
Third one.
What about you, Poggles? How are you doing on spells?
I'm chilling.
How are you doing on spells?
Oh my god, you linked to Martin.
Yes,
The Martin's Tail,
it's
dude.
called the Martin's Tail.
Oh no,
When
I
was
didn't
our
expect to
last
see this.
long rest, though?
I love Martins. They're adorable.
Long rest. What time is it? And I'll look up to the sky, trying to gauge what time it is.
It's like people are just getting off their night shifts late, and they're heading on over to the Martin's Tail.
Why don't we go over to the Martin's Tail?
Sure.
I don't think we're gonna fight anyone. Smile?
XD smile.
Yeah, I don't know what Valtos and I should do. I feel like we'll kind of stick out here.
No,
Do you have any way of disguising people?
There's a lot of risen, but there's some humans, right?
Let's all go. Who? Look at you. Who's going to accost you? And I'll point to Canathos, this like massive
Fucking
bear.
military man, like
Who's gonna accost that guy? He can fly. No one's gonna fuck with us.
Real talk though,
Scan
Frank.
that.
What's the ratio from like risen to human here? Like, how bad is this?
4-1.
Oh, it's not that bad. Okay,
Sure,
let's
yeah.
go to the Mars.
And that's think about the ratio of our group as well. We have like 2 humans and 3 non-humans.
Yeah, but the rest are risen in town.
That's a good point.
all right, Acris,
right.
you've convinced me.
So
Let's go.
I'm gonna hand my cloak of many fashions to Canathos and say, "Here, just make this a black cloak and put it over your head, and you'll be fine."
Are you telling me to hide?
Why would you
You
need to
just
look at him?
just said you wanted to hide.
Okay.
Valtos just looks like any old sailor, but you're clearly not from here.
Gonna push this button as we get off the boat.
Yep, I got the cloak on, and I've just made it black.
And I will turn into just the same, or I'll turn to a sailor looking type.
Does this require attunement, this cloak?
Nope, that's why I gave it to you.
Okay.
As we get off the boat, I'll say, all right, Martin's Tail is probably that way, and I'll point to the ocean.
Zelkus, which way do those guards run?
That way.
Let's go.
As we're walking in that general direction, I'll say, so what happens if we get accosted?
Depends. If we can take them, we take them. If we can't, we fight our way back to the boat and leave.
Hey, like you said, I don't think we'll be accosted here. This seems like a trade port.
True, and we are very wealthy and powerful. We basically run this town.
If we get recognized, but we shouldn't. There shouldn't be any reason we'd be recognized.
And you have money. If it comes down to it, just flaunt your money, and they'll think you're wealthy and powerful, and they'll leave you alone.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Where we might get pickpocketed or people might take our
No one
stuff.
fuck with him. He's a bear of a man.
Yeah, I guess
Look
that's
at
true.
him.
All right.
We're just heading mostly towards where those guards were going, Frank. By the way, I don't know if we need to roll something or do something, but
No. I just need to align the grid because I forgot. We're in a holding pattern.
I want those treasure chests on the shore, but I doubt they're actually there.
as Frank is aligned in, I'll say, so assuming this place is a bar of some sort, what the hell are we gonna do once we get inside?
Eavesdrop.
Just casually walk around and sit and listen?
No, sneakily walk around and listen.
Maybe cast a spell before you walk into the building and listen inside their heads.
Yeah, I'm a little too tired to do that today.
Yeah, but
Oh, I fucking put you guys on the background layer.
What is this shape? What is this?
Okay. Should have it all
damn it.
aligned to grid.
Yes.
Okay, wait, hold on. Free hand?
All right, I'm outside.
Alex is hiccuping.
Plus
Oh, no.
you.
Pretty standard.
No, Manticore's tail, Frank. I like that.
It's the Martin's tail. Come on.
Martins are cuter than Manticores. Fuck that. Martins, definitely. Did I get anything interesting on Detect Magic on the way over here, by the way, Frank?
No.
Fair.
I'm interesting.
I'm casting this and then walking inside then.
I will point to it and say, I think that's Martin's tail. Who wants to go in first?
You
Hey,
look around expectantly.
hey, Captain, you wanna head in first?
I'll go
Poggle
first.
just walks in and sits down. He's tired.
I fall.
Is he a Tortolid right now? Like, what is Poggles?
I go, Boggles, let the captain go in first.
Not here anyone.
As a turtle.
Does this look like a seat yourself kind of establishment? Does this look like a order at the bar, get your own crap kind of establishment? What are we looking at here?
You walk in.
Oh.
And you see an assortment of people.
Are any of them thinking anything interesting?
Most of them are undead.
Ooh.
Doesn't mean I can't.
It does mean it doesn't work on undead.
As we're Jay chilling
Why isn't it
here,
working on dead?
Doesn't it say it somewhere in there?
No.
let me see. I'm gonna tell you guys right here because we're at like the entrance where the maitre d would be. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go hang out by the bar. Just act natural. That's my suggestion is act natural, and then I'm gonna go head over to the bar and wait for them to.
Yeah, I think L's right. As long as they have intelligence of 3 and speak a language. I'm thinking of charm person.
Say again. Hold on. Sorry.
It should work against undead without issue.
Yeah, it should. I have
Started
the
drawing.
proper ratio here of people to not people.
I'm gonna be holding a just one hand on my rapier and following Valtos around, looking like a bodyguard.
Is there a table
type.
open, Frank? Is there somewhere to sit? Again, what kind of place is this? Is this a go get your own
Seat
food?
yourself kind of table.
Seat
Or-
yourself, but they got servers, or seat yourself or get your own food?
It's a seat yourself. You got to go get your food.
Oh, I see Canathos doesn't exactly know what to do, and I'm gonna come outside and say, Canathos, the best way to make friends at a bar is go sit down and challenge them to an arm wrestling contest, especially if they're drunk.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, go. I'm gonna go to the bar. Poggles is somewhere in there. The captain has a bodyguard in Zelkos, and go arm wrestle some humanoids and see if you find something
Yeah,
out.
there's no seating at the bar, so
Wait, did you say you're going to arm wrestle someone?
I'm going to the bar. You go arm wrestle someone. The captain is in there with his bodyguard in Zelkos, and Poggles is I don't know where.
Poggles, go sit at that table over in the back. Get us some seats
In here.
I'm gonna go with Poggles.
over here.
Do we spot the guards in the corner?
I was going to ask for perception checks before this all happened.
I'm just looking
Also,
for a table
here's
with
your
enough seats.
detect spots. This is within how much? This is in what range are you?
30.
feet? Yeah, you're not close enough to hear their thoughts over here.
But what about the rest of everybody in here?
Yeah, you hear you can read a general. Boy, it's good to be here at the Martin's Tail, formerly known as the Manticore's Tail. Happy I'm here after my long work day.
Oh, Frank, with my 19 perception, do I see Ted?
Do you see who? 10?
Ted? Do you see Ted?
Edward.
Didn't Ted leave town?
Ted left town.
Okay, so a tear drops in my face as I don't get to talk to Ed. And I'm gonna chill here waiting for you guys. I can go last. You guys all do whatever you want to do first, and I'll go last.
Are you getting food for
So-
us?
Nothing,
No.
nothing on the detect thoughts. Nothing like out of the ordinary. People are just kind of going about a standard bar thoughts that like bar people like what people might be thinking. My life is awful. This, that, the other thing. I wish I had continued on in college and I wouldn't be working at a dock. That sort of thing.
Too real, Frank. That's so
So I'm
Unos.
gonna do the normal thing in a bar where I'm gonna go up to the bar and be like, "What you got?"
I'll
let's
go
see.
over because I see you doing that, and I say, order the most expensive drink, and I'll pay for it.
I'm waiting for a response from them.
The guy like looks at both of you.
Order the
he
most
kind-
expensive drink, sir, and I'll slam some gold on the counter to make sure he knows I have gold.
he looks down at the gold and he's like, "All right."
I go,
This
fuck,
is-
dude. I don't. I'll go Valtos. I don't think I have that much money. Fuck, dude. He's actually doing it. Fuck.
He turns around.
No, like I'm whispering that. I'm not like saying it. I'm like, dude, fuck.
He
He's
turns
actually
around and he like reaches for a carafe and he like puts it on the bar and he's like, "As Fidel wine."
How much for that?
He looks across the counter at you with like just the top of your head kind of coming across the counter. Aren't you a little too young for this?
It's not for me. It's for the captain, and I'll point to the captain who just took a step away.
All right. It's this full carafe's gonna be about 2 gold.
I'll give him 2 gold. I'll subtract 2 gold, and then I'll hand the drink to Valtos, and then he can do whatever he
You
wants.
got any meat soup of some sort? You know.
This guy starts talking. Yeah, I got some meat soup.
I'll
I
take
got
the meat
some.
soup.
I got some pie.
I come back for the pie later. Just some soup for now.
No, it's full.
Make that 2 soups.
Alright. Two meat soup. Give me a perception check for this one.
They're gonna fucking poison you.
Oh, what was my perception? But
Yeah, he's not really doing much to hide. He walks over here. He pulls out 2 pies. He takes out like a spoon.
Just
He
dump it into
Kind of
soup.
removes the top part of the pie. Then he walks over here. Walks back with what you can now tell is a like pot of broth, and he just kind of pours the broth into the pies.
Wait, that's amazing.
And then he picks them both up and just brings them over here and yells over wherever you might be at the time. He's like, 2 meat soups.
all right, how much do I owe?
He looked at me and he's like, this is 50 silver.
It's expensive. Okay, fine.
The finest meat soup here in...
Yeah, I'm sure you can lower those prices for us. We're gonna head out and about
Oh.
and sing the praises of this glorious establishment to all the people of the land, and they're all gonna come in and buy your amazing soup. Definitely can go for less than
I
that.
know Zeltos' tricks, and I just put 50 silver on the counter. I'm like, we're not
Prices
fucking.
are firm.
I grab a soup and I
I'll subtract 50 silver.
go sit down.
I'll go to this table that has enough seats for us.
Yeah, I've just been sitting with Boggles. Where are we for this far up?
Wait, I think they're at that table.
Go back here. The
Oh.
boggles should also be.
Oops.
Is there a stool here I can sit on, Frank, or something?
These are stools.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go bring a stool over to the bar, so I can sit there like a sad old drunk man.
Can I just get a strength check from you?
Yeah, probably won't end well.
I got a 3 to throw at you if I kind of want to move it, but
I foresaw this moment when he struggled dragging a chair across.
Just like,
Okay, so you don't really struggle to carry it, but it's a large stool, so you kind of like start trying to move it, and then you drag it a bit, and that also familiar sound of wood on wood just kind of scraping against it is heard throughout the entire tavern, and they all kind of like look at you as you're pulling the stool over to the bar.
That's good. I'm trying to not make. I'm not gonna go group up with my friends because I don't want them to hate my friends. I'm okay if they hate me.
And then the barkeep kind of looks at you and is like, "You're not from around here."
No, not at all. I'll raise my hand.
I like looks at you. Do you,
Uh,
do you still have the alcohol, or did you pass that off to
No,
Paul?
no, no. I bought it for Valkos. I don't have any of this. I'm still just raising my hand, waiting for him to like say something to me.
He looks at you. He's like, "Do you need another beverage?"
Yeah. What do you have that's non-alcoholic?
He looks over to this guy and he says, "We've got broth."
I don't. What is your cheapest, grossest alcohol?
He reaches under the counter and he pulls out this tiny little barrel. He just kind of like puts it on the counter.
I'll have some of that.
That's Spike Pass Ale.
Yes, I'll have one of those. Thank you.
All right. He puts 2 copper down on the table and he kind of like slides both over to you.
Okay.
He's
And as
paying
I-
him?
Yeah, wait, what was the copper thing?
He just kind of like looks at you. He's like, "All right, well, anyone who buys this gets 3 copper on the house because we're not charging you for it.
Hey, thanks, mister.
In fact, you're doing us a
what do
solid
you-
by getting rid of it."
What do you know about Ed? Ed is a very suspicious looking guy, don't you think?
He kind of like looks over to the other guy. He's like, "Who's Ed?"
You know Ed. I'll describe Ed. I don't even whatever I saw Ed to be.
You know, Ed.
Yeah,
the guy
Ed.
with the face.
Pushes a cart or wagon.
He looks over at the other guy. He's like, "You mean Ted?
No, Ned with an N. Ned or Edward.
We don't know a Ned or an Ed. We know a Ted."
Yeah, what do you know about Ted? He's really fucking suspicious and weird, don't you think?
They like just kind of look at each other. I mean, I guess it's always been a little weird that he carries wheat around but he doesn't need to eat anything.
Yes, I know. Very shady stuff. And I'll start drinking kind of nervously. And you can pan the camera back to the other group and see what they're doing.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just
What are-
watching. I'm like worried I have to intervene with that.
Toggles?
what are the 2 dudes in the corner thinking?
They're thinking they saw a really weird cat, or what they thought was a really nice cat that turned out to be what they believe to be a trial from the gods. After
What
it
did-
appeared and then disappeared in front of them.
Okay. Also, so this perception check that Zelkos and I did, was this just to see him making a bowl out of the pie, or did we just get our food poisoned?
That's
Oh
what
no, that was literally just to see them making a soup, which is a pie.
I'm with you, Al. I'm with you on that. I was like, that seems a little sus.
Yeah, good enough. We're here just stalling time, as you do.
All right.
Unless someone else is doing something specific.
No, just sort of pretending not to look at them, but continuously watching them through the corner of my eye as they eat my soup, just to if they leave, I want to be ready to follow them.
Frank,
Sure.
how did this alcohol taste, by the way?
Oh, give me Constitution.
Oh, Jesus. A Constitution saving throw, or what am I doing?
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know.
This is the most dank thing you have ever tasted in your entire life.
I will take a take.
You
I will
take a sip, you take a gulp, you kind of you're like, oh, that's pretty okay. 3 minutes pass by and you're just like, that is not it. That is an off. You do not want that.
All right. I will finish it. I will finish it. And as I'm drinking, I'm like, what the hell is in this? This is fucking disgusting.
The guy looks at you and is like, well, the hops are fermented in minotaur dung.
Yeah, I could taste that. I tasted a little bit of that. What else?
That's pretty much it.
So this is Minotaur dung, what I'm drinking right here.
Well, no, it's fermented in it, and then it's strained out, and then what goes through a typical brewing process. But they swear that the Minotaur dung adds a special kick to it.
Yeah,
We don't have the luxury of being able to, well, taste it. He looks over at the other barkeep. He lost his taste buds back when he died. So he's got no sense of taste, and well.
Wait, sorry.
I've got an iron stomach, so.
Are these undead, Frank? Sorry, I thought they were humans. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I thought only the two in the corner were risen.
All the people who look like they have half a head are undead.
Okay.
The only people who aren't risen are these two tables. Everyone else is a zombie.
I will look at both of them and say, are you guys looking to drink at all or no? I can buy you something.
Really do that.
Okay. Are you hungry? Because I know one of them just said he doesn't eat or taste, but I'm looking at the one that said he has an iron stomach.
Oh, I mean, he looks at you like, yeah, you're really not from around here.
No! Explain. What the hell is this place?
Get here.
How did I get here? I think I took a boat when we docked, right?
Yeah.
There was nothing weird in between? Okay. I was on a boat. That's my captain over there. And I'll point to Valtos. I bought him a drink.
Directly at Valtos, eating his soup.
I bought him a drink like 10 minutes ago. You were right there. It cost 2 gold.
Meat soup. Tastes really good.
Hell yeah.
It tastes as if it's like some type of shepherd's pie or like a pot pie of some kind, but with a broth in it, which, you would have figured wouldn't be great, but man, it proved wrong.
And I didn't even have to make a Constitution saving throw.
No, this is probably the best tasting thing in here.
Not now, but several hours from now, maybe.
So what's the deal with this town? You are clearly not a human. That guy's clearly not a human, and that guy is a human. And I'll point to some other guy who is a human.
Yeah, he kind of holds up his hands like, whoa. We are living impaired or underworld liberated. That's what we go by.
Hey, you're underworld liberated, and he's underworld liberated, and that guy is not underworld liberated. What's going on in this town?
We're a bunch of risen. This is where we live. This is our town. I mean, you're kind of like the anomaly here. We don't really get many small-statured humans around here.
I guess. What about those guys? And I'll point to the guards all the way in the corner.
Oh, those are some Xantos boys. Yeah, they got a running tab.
They got a running tab?
Yep.
So you're telling me if I say put it on Xanatos' tab, you'll just give it to me?
I mean, I'll give it to you, but I feel like the House Santos will give it to you afterwards.
I'll look to the groups thinking they would probably hate me if I do this, so I'm not going to do it. I feel Daltos' steely gaze as he sees my sneaky intentions, and I'll. Oh, okay.
Hold up, wait a minute. He can't hear you. He can't figure out what you're thinking.
Yeah, but when he turns with that smirk, it becomes very clear.
Yeah, no, I think
His
they'll
high
hate
idea
me.
smirk.
So what is going on in this town? There's no one here. When we docked, there was no one living or underworld liberated here. Where is everyone?
It's like, all right, I was only joking with that underworld liberated thing. We're racing.
Underworld thing.
Oh, you're risen. Okay, I actually know what that is. And I'll step on the table because I'm a little drunk and reveal I'm actually from the underworld myself.
It's a bar.
Yes, the
Actually, you can't hear me, so you can't say that.
He
So-
kind of like looks at you, and he looks over at his friend, or the other barkeep, and he's like, "I feel like that's something you should keep to yourself."
What? Keep what to myself?
Player knowledge, don't most things from the underworld, they're like Erebos line, come and kill Risen and force them back?
Yes. Yes.
I think demons wouldn't, would they?
If they're aligned with Erebos, they kind of do.
I didn't
Kind of like
think demons were,
like
I didn't think demons were like soul retrievers from the overworld. Like I didn't think that's how they operated.
some of them, if they're like Erebos aligned. He kind of like looks at you, he's like, "Are you looking for trouble here?"
No.
Zelkos.
Right.
It's on you, but like if you think you need to go get him, go get him.
He seems to be having
Town,
fun.
look, this town's probably different from what you've seen.
Yes, it's very different.
Because, well, we don't need to do half the stuff that is done in other towns. This town's plenty populated, you're just not really seeing it. Most of us just kind of toil during the day, and then when we're tired, we just kind of go back to our homes. Though he kind of like looks over at his friend. We don't really get tired. It's not really. We just kind of get bored, I guess. Back to our homes.
Yeah.
Trying to live, as we would have before we, well, died.
Yeah. Question. Is Lord
You're full of
Xantos?
a lot of those.
What?
Full of a lot of those questions.
Yes, I have many questions. I'm not very smart. I actually met Lord Xantos and bought some stuff from him, and I need to talk to him. How do I find him?
Give me some type. Give me a perception check for starters.
1 sec. What's the range on Porton? I just have to be. Okay. Yep, I'm good.
What am I doing?
Give me a perception check. You've just add. Jeez. Okay. Is that portent worthy?
I would have had to tell you ahead of time. I'm waiting
sure.
to chuck it at something else. I only have one left, so.
Sure. He kind of looks at you and he's like, "Yeah. You don't just for starters, friend. You come in here and you don't know anything about us or about us, about our town, about what we were like. You ask about those two guys in the corner, and then you say you're looking for leader of a man of House Xantos. Well, I'm not in business to give that information away. You can probably go check with them at their estate if you really want to go.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. Where the fuck? I bought stuff from him, and I need to talk to him. Where the fuck is he?
Likely at his estate.
Where is his estate?
west of town.
So it's in this town, west.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, it's along the other villas that the wealthier families all own.
Okay.
They kind of keep. They kind of
Thank
do
you.
all living side. They kind of. He keeps droning on about the economic stature of the wealthy families as going on and on and on.
Okay. I will thank you, Mr. Living Impaired Man. I appreciate your information.
Prison man, that was a joke.
Thank you, Mr. Risen. I'm gonna go arm wrestle that guy in the corner in a second, but thank you for the information, and I'm gonna get off.
He like
I'm
raises
gonna
his
get
eyebrow
off.
a bit and then it falls off. And
And then I'm gonna go sit down with everyone. I'm gonna say, all right, I know where the Xantos Manor is.
Where is
What
it?
have you guys been doing this entire time?
Enjoying this delicious soup?
What
It's
the
very
fuck?
good. You should have
We
gotten
aren't we here to do something?
Yeah, we're supposed to find out where the manor is, and you did it. Where is it?
What are you guys doing?
Waiting for you.
Waiting
I
for
think
me.
I'm gonna go get some soup.
So wait,
Thanatos?
Zacharias, do you want food?
I don't want food, but if you don't arm wrestle that guy, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna point to some random human in this bar.
I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna stand up very straight and say, "It would be my honor to be your second."
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna go arm wrestle that guy.
Then let me get my soup.
Okay, finish your soup.
also,
you guys-
as he's standing up, say, Canthos, by the way, the soup is 25 silver.
Wow, that's it's like Akros prices.
It's very good though.
this is the best soup you've had in recent memory.
But it's one of the best
Okay.
soups that I've had, especially not made by me.
Go ahead. Whoever was about to say something, you can go.
No, I'm just gonna go up to the barkeep and ask for a soup. Hey, my friend's got a order of your soup. Could I have one of those and your finest wine, please?
All right, pie avec broth, right up. Also, here's pulls out a carafe. He's like, "Here you go."
That'd be
That's,
225 once again.
I'm gonna need 2 gold, 50, 25 silver.
All right, then I will produce the money for him.
Same deal. You see this guy pull out a pie, scrape off the crust, walk over here, grab a pot, walk back over here, pour the broth into the pie, and then he hands you the pie, or rather the soup, and he hands you the carafe. He's like, "There you go."
Thank you. And then
While tables up there, you guys are being extremely boring at the table. So I say, I'm gonna go talk to those humans over there and go over to some table with humans.
I'll come eavesdrop.
I just want to talk to them. You're gonna blow my cover, man.
All right, I'll stay here. Do your thing.
Go talk to those guys, and I'll motion over to the 2 Xantos guards.
We're just watching them.
I start walking towards Acreus because I still think he's arm wrestling this guy.
Oh no, yeah. I go, Canathos, finish your meal first. I'm just gonna talk to these chums and motion to the human table.
All right, I'm gonna go back and sit down with everyone and say, "This is good soup."
Right?
Is this the human table? Is this the human table? Where am I?
You're in between the 2 human tables.
What do they look like? The 4 of them. Which one? What am I looking at?
They look like haggard dock workers, with one exception. This man here is well armed. He doesn't really seem like he's a dock worker. He seems like he's more of a warrior type.
All right. I will. There's like an empty chair, right?
Yep.
Does it look like they've been drinking and/or want to drink?
It looks like this guy's been drinking. This woman here does not look inebriated.
I'll hop up and say, "What are you drinking, friends?"
He kind of like looks at you. He's like, just the house ale, and then she kind of says, I'm having the house wine.
All right, and I'll yell over like one of each of those, and I'll say, "Put it on my tab," even though I don't have a tab.
When you say put it on my tab, this guy says, you opened a tab?
I'll run over and be like, "Dude, how much is it? Quick, just tell me how much it is."
It's going to be, he's like, it's gonna be 10 silver.
Yeah, I'll slam the 10 silver and go back.
And he says, all right, it's here. You know,
and then I gotta go get it, and then I'll get it and bring it back. And
Thank
be
you.
like, you guys from around here?
The woman looks at me and is like, yes, I work down at the docks. I log some ledgers, and I keep track of the comings and goings of what the merchants are selling and what we're importing and exporting.
Yeah, I'm a friend of Ed's. I'm from out of town, but I'm Ed's friend. So I'm just hanging out here. How about
She looks at you and she's like, I don't know an Ed.
Ed? And I'll just describe him. I don't know what else to.
It sounds like Ted.
I know him as Ed, but maybe he goes by Ted nowadays. And how about you? And I'll motion to the warrior guy.
He's kind of just like staring down, 1,000-yard stare into his ale. He's like, my name's Griftus.
Griftus, why are you so armed? There's nothing dangerous in here, man.
It's not what's in here that's dangerous. It's what's out there.
Out where? What are you saying, man?
He just kind of like raises his right arm and he just points out in this direction. What's out there?
What's out there? You're scared me, Griftus. What do you mean?
Have you ever heard the grinding of wood?
No.
You ever heard when dryads walk through the woods, going on a hunt and approaching your town to... Sorry, someone's at my house. Okay, never mind. Approaching your town to lay waste to it and some profane blessing to Karamitra. Have you ever experienced that?
No. I don't. Are you trying to say this town is under siege by dryads all the time? And you're a city guard? Is that what you're trying to say? You're scaring me, Griftus.
No, I'm not from around here.
What do you mean?
I'm just passing through. I don't like staying out in the wild, not since that night.
Tell me, Griftus, what happened to you? I'm worried.
Well, it all started 20 years ago, when my father came back from chopping wood in the local forest. He goes on and on about how, what else you guys doing? Hold on.
Yeah. This will take a bit. You can pan to them. This is gonna take a while.
I'll just ad-lib this shit if you want.
No. We can cut the.
I want to know what everyone else is doing.
Now that Karametra's involved, I'd be listening to that story. But beforehand, I've just been watching the two guards waiting to follow them out.
Yep, and I'm also thinking of like finding
They
a moment
are
to get up
not-
and leave, and then go back to the boat.
They're just kind of chatting amongst themselves. What'd you say you were doing, Baltos?
Looking for a nice moment to get everybody to get up to leave and go back to the boat and have a rest, so maybe we can go do something tomorrow. You know.
It seems like that moment's not coming because
No, it's
now
not.
Acrius just incited Griftus to start going in about his childhood torments.
Listen,
I'm having my soup.
last time I remember I was alone in you guys were on the ship and I was alone. So if you guys like want to leave, feel free. You probably would know that you left me before and nothing terrible happened.
Yeah, but we know it's eventually going to happen.
That's true. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's just I have been like alone in a bar and nothing terrible happened, so don't feel like you need to sit here the whole time.
But also that was in Miletus.
Very true, actually. I actually, yeah, that's true.
It was then that horrible sound, branches and bark breaking, as caryatids and dryads descended upon my family home. My father did the best that he could with axe in hand to chop down the trees and lay waste to those caryatids as they came down, but it was just too much. Too much. I watched my mother get brought out to the yard and torn limb from limb, her limbs being added to that of the dryads and the trees around her, and it was awful. It was heartbreaking. It incited something in me that day.
Can I hear this story, Frank, with my
Yeah, he is now like,
Why did the Dryads attack you?
weren't you listening? My father chopped down a tree.
I'm gonna look to Zelkos here and be like, is this Kara Metro business true? This guy is
I sort of rub my wrist just below a spiked thorn bracelet, and I say, "Yeah, there's tales of a darker side to Karametra from ancient times, and yeah, you don't want to just go randomly chopping down trees without saying a prayer or asking if it's okay. That's on him."
Yeah, he keeps going on, and he's like, and that's why I'm so heavily armed. That's why I travel the lands. I am Griftis.
Griftis?
Slayer of Bark.
Griftis, relax. Where is your family home? Is it even near here? I feel like you're freaking out over nothing, man.
My family home. It's been so long since I've been to the homestead.
Where is it, Griftis?
I can see it in my mind's eye. I can see it on the horizon, the familiar sign and sights of the sun cresting the peaks. Yes, it was back in the Setson Wilds. I was happy then, back when my mother, brother, sister, and father were all alive. He looks down at the beverage again. He says, "But that's a time long since past."
Griftis, what the fuck are you doing in this town with living impaired people everywhere?
You hear a guy from the bar shout over, "It's risen, it was a joke." A guy next to you is like, "Yeah, it's a joke. It's just a joke, man.
What is the joke? What am I missing?
It's just a joke. Like we're not alive. We're living impaired. But we're risen. That's."
Oh.
The guy next to him just kind of like raises his hand and like motions it right above his head, just like straight over your head.
Whoosh? I'm like, yeah, I guess whoosh. I don't know. But Griftis, why the hell are you in this town, man? What are you doing here?
I traveled the world, defending those who can't defend themselves from the great barked menace. Have you ever tried to embed an axe in a tree, my boy?
Yes, multiple times.
Did it ever bite back? Was its bark worse than its bite?
I don't know what that means, but yes.
Then you too know the horrors that are out there, and he motions again out in this general direction.
Yeah, I could see he's getting worked up again. I'm like, Griftis, I'm gonna need you to relax. There are no dryads.
He's not relaxing.
Frank, I cast Minor Illusion.
Yeah, you on this tablecloth.
I assumed it was just a wooden table.
Yeah, it is a table.
Yeah, if it's a wooden table, so suddenly just bark just seems to just appear over the top of the table.
Just stand back and fiend, and I'll point to the bark and see what Griftis does.
Upon noticing the bark, Griftis deftly takes out a mace and just slams it into the table. This woman kind of juts back, saying, "Oh my!" And then everyone else at the establishment just kind of like
as soon as it hits, I would cancel the spell.
What the fuck was that, Griftis? Did you see that?
I'm telling you. It was the bark.
I'll grab him by the collar and be like, nowhere is safe, Griftus. Nowhere.
No, that is where you're wrong. You see, the safest place from the vials out in those forests is within lodgings made from the forest. It's almost like you're living inside of their skin. You get to know them. You get to get inside of them and see how they think and understand what they want to do and bring about to this world.
Griftus, how many drinks have you had?
This guy shouts over. He's on his 6th.
Okay, got it. Griftus, I'm gonna ask you a question, and I'm gonna whisper this question.
No questions. Too late.
Vines from this window.
Yeah, so like I can't make them grow; they just would appear. So there would just be now vines like going in a 5-foot square from the top of the window up to the roof or ceiling. I mean, and they're just gonna sit there.
Upon you ask the question, Griff just holds up his hand and he says, "Hold."
Hold,
They're
what are we
here.
holding?
And then Griff just promptly stands up so fast that his chair just kind of falls over, and he walks over here, puts his ear to the wall, and then he shouts to everyone, "They're coming!" And he runs up.
I'm gonna go chase him. I'm like, Griftus, no.
I'm going to look to Zelkos.
So Zelkos cancels the spell. Wow, what an interesting turn of events, I say to Kanathos.
Alright, I'm going back to the boat. Let Acrius know.
Yeah, I need some sleep. I'll put up the dome.
Poggles, are you joining them?
Oh, he's joining.
I will, I'm gonna walk over here, actually.
Alright, as you stand up, you hear glass shattering, and then you make it. Right as you stand up, you make out the corner of your eye out this window, Griff just jumping out the top story window and then running into the forest.
Frank, I'm chasing Griftus. I'm trying to get him to stop. I'm like, Griftus, relax, man. There's nothing here.
He is long gone into the forest. If you would like to go out, that's on you.
I absolutely am. I'm invisible in pitch darkness, and it's like, I'm assuming he can't see shit, so he's probably going to die.
You're up here. We'll get to you. Kanathos, you move over there.
I'm just gonna ask these gents. Is that Griftus guy a regular?
They look up at you and they like laugh. They're like, "No, that is the first time we've ever seen that." One of them says, "Funniest shit I've ever seen."
There's a lot of really weird people here today. There's that Griftus guy. There's the midget. There's the turtle.
Yeah, we really want to say anything, but like we were kind of like looking at that turtle, and we haven't seen anything that big since the terrapins out on the open sea. Like it's
not a lot of.
Around here, you know.
He's a Nyxborn, I think. Not a lot of those around here, right?
Oh no, I mean most of us are dead.
Hey man, it's comes for us eventually, right? It's what you do after it that counts.
He looked at me and was like, ain't that the truth?
But yeah. So the Martin's Tail. How long has this place been here?
Oh, as long as I can remember. I think the two brothers up front, they've been running this for a while. They rebranded recently. I think it used to be called the Manticore's Tale. Like, it's in like a story tale, like this tale you tell people. But something happened where, I don't know, they sold some bad ale and they rebranded it.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'd want to listen to any story a Manticore wanted to tell me.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's just gonna be a bunch of growls, am I right?
Yeah, Martins though. We like Martins here.
I mean, have you seen them? They're adorable.
They are. Yeah. Warm even this haggard old man's heart.
One of them raises the glass and he's like, "Yeah, that ain't that the truth."
So These guys are all dock workers. What do you folks do here? You guys guards? Soldiers?
One of them like puffs out his chest. We are esteemed guards for the most honorable House Xantos. And the other one's like, cut it out, man. Come on, it's not that bad.
Man, last I heard, Xantos is like the only noble house around here.
I mean, the only one that they want you to know about. There's a bunch of other ones that, you know, he kind of like nudges closer to you. A bunch of other ones that are a little less reputable, if you know what I'm talking about. They kind of like to lay low.
Yikes. I'll keep an eye out then. That's but I know of House Santos and that they can be trusted. They're reputable people. How's business been? You folks are guards?
Yeah, we guard the ships as they come in until they get unloaded. That's our general. We prep them for. We prep them for their next journey. It's hard work, a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, I mean it's the biggest merchant empire on Theros, right?
I mean, I'm not sure about that. I'm sure they want you to think that, though, right? I mean, I'm sure that's what they say in their advertisements. Their merchants spew on the docks. Am I right?
Yeah, all the bureaucrats, same old bullshit. Bureaucrats, merchants, all talking, not enough work, right? I'm a soldier, I know. Life's too short to deal with those guys.
He says, you're telling us.
All right, yeah, that's So you guys work at the docks? Have you ever been to Lord Xantos's place of residence?
Oh no. We're not that. We don't really go up that way. It's not really in our business to do so.
Why? All right.
They tend to like keeping business from personal life.
Man, not even like employee retreats?
I mean, he like motions around. Where else would you want to retreat to if not Martin's Tail? Am I right?
You're right. This is the best soup I've ever had.
It is, and come to think, can you believe it was made by a couple risen? Come on, they must have been the best chefs in life to carry over such refined taste.
Yeah, I mean, one of them was saying he can't really taste anymore. Imagine being someone who can't taste who can make something like this. Guy's a rare talent.
That's you said it.
All right, well, thanks, lads. I better turn in. But see you enjoy drinks. Let me get around for you guys. It's nice seeing fellow soldiers out in the world.
Well, that's much appreciated.
It's not like you guys. No such thing as 1/10 for you guys, right?
They let out a collective laugh. No, not at all.
All right, so I'm gonna walk this way and say, thank you. What was your name, sir?
This guy?
Yeah.
I didn't name him. My name's Partridge.
Partridge, the soup was outstanding. The wine was excellent. I'd like so you get one round of drinks for my friends back there for the night. I'm turning in, but there's no reason their night should end. So how much would that be?
For those boys back there, well, you know, we always like to see when people treat the good townsfolk well, or the good guards well. So we'll just settle on a couple silver for them.
Yep. Just let me know. Thank you.
Yep.
And I will pay.
Remove like 5 silver.
Yep. I will pay off 5 silver, and then I will head back to the boat. I have not indulged very heavily, so I'm quite. My wits are about me. And I'm assuming they're substantially ahead. So yeah, I'll just be walking back to the boat. If something happens, tell me. If not, you can cut to Acrius, I guess, who is.
Acrius is going to do the thing.
Okay. Let's see.
As he's running, is it just a tree line or is there a road? Or is he just running straight into the forest?
Yep.
Griffiths, it's dark, man. You shouldn't do that. And I'm still chasing him as we're both just sprinting into a dark forest. Griffiths, you can't even see, can you?
What did I do with Griffiths?
I mean, we don't need a board. I mean, I'm just going
No,
off.
no. This is special. This is
This is
special.
where we lose
We can-
Acrius.
We can just theater of the mind it. It doesn't really matter. You're not gonna lose me. How the fuck am I gonna die? Anything that needs night vision to see me can't see me. I'll just leave Griffiths and come home.
I mean, blind sight.
Yeah, I would need blind sight. That's true.
You charge after him, and he's in like this grove full of trees. All of the brown spots are trees.
Griffiths, fucking stop, man. There's nothing here.
You approach this man as he is like waylaying this tree in front of him. He's just taking his mace and just slamming it into it.
I go,
And the entire time you can hear him saying, "This is for my father and my mother." And then he drops it and he picks up a hatchet that's on his belt.
Griffiths,
And this
no,
is for my baby sister.
you're gonna summon the dryads. You're gonna summon the nature thing. Stop, dude. Stop.
He says, "What do you know about this?"
You just told me a story about how your father hacked a tree and they got ripped apart by dryads. Stop doing that.
He kind of stops for a second. Yes, but I'm ready for them. I know all their weak spots.
Griffiths?
And he takes the hatchet and he just kind of like starts peeling bark off the trees. Like, you see, this is what makes them really hurt. That's how you really deal the blow to them.
Griffiths, I'm getting the impression that you're one sick son of a bitch. I like chuckle. I'm not
to
like
be in this line of work, you have to lose a little bit of yourself. You have to become a little more feral than man.
So if I help you peel this tree, what is the best case scenario and what is the worst case scenario?
The best case scenario is we have felled another beast in my quest for true supremacy over these woods. The worst case scenario, well, I guess I won't be sleeping for another couple days as I lie awake with one eye open, watching for the ever encroaching dryads and forces of the forest who might seek vengeance upon me.
All right, give me the hatchet.
He reaches down to his belt and pulls out another hatchet and he hands it
All
over
right.
to you.
I know exactly how to use this, and I have absolutely no idea how to use this. And I'm going to try to, I don't know, hack the tree. I don't even know if that's.
As you hack the tree, he looks at you and he's like, "What are you doing, man?"
This is what we're doing, I thought.
Grabs your hand and he says, "It's a downward motion. A downward motion. We're stripping the bark."
Oh, like this. And I'll try to imitate what he did.
And he just kind of slaps you in the back. He's like, "Attaboy. Now quickly, we have to get this done fast."
Why fast? What's happening? And I'll keep working faster.
I can feel them approaching.
Griffiths, if they come, I think I might leave you to die, just so you're fully aware as we keep hacking.
It wouldn't be the first time I was left alone in the woods at night. Shan't be the last.
Griffiths, how strong are you, honestly? And as we keep hacking this tree.
Strong enough to fell an oak in one swing.
How good are you in combat as we continue to fell the tree?
Good enough to fear no you.
Insight. Is he
He absolutely believes he is strong enough to fight off of you.
okay? I'm gonna keep hacking then.
Alright, after like 10 minutes of peeling the bark off this tree, he looks at you, he wipes the sweat from his brow, and he says, "This is a job well done. This is plentiful amounts of bark. I shall be able to perform the nightly ritual then."
What is the nightly ritual? What are you saying, Griffiths?
Well, I emblazon the bark, I place it around my bed, I light it on fire, and then I can sleep easy throughout the night as the smoke fills the air and wards off any wayward trees or dryads.
All right, I'll help carry it to your. Where are you staying?
I am staying back in that room over at the Martin's Tail.
All right, I'll help bring the bark over. And do I hear or see anything in the woods or anything? All right, let's bring this bark back. Job well done, Griftus.
All right. You bring the bark back, and you walk over to the stairs. He looks at you and he says, "You're a top bloke there. I didn't quite catch your name."
I'm Valtos.
He extends his arm. He's like, "Well, Valtos, put her there."
Ah, yes. Griftus. Nice work, friend.
As you take his hand, he pulls you close. And he says, "Be wary of the trees, for they have marked you now." And then,
What does that mean, Griftus?
and then after that, he lets go and he says, "All right, well, I'm gonna go start my nightly ritual. Have
Wait,
a good one,
Griftus,
Valtos."
come back. What did you just say to me? What did you just say
Turns
to
around.
me?
What do you mean? What I say to you?
What do you just said I'm marked? What are you saying?
I've never met you before in my life.
What? Griftus?
He says, "I don't know you." Wink.
What?
It's to keep the trees off our trail.
Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
It's to keep the trees off our trail.
Oh, right. Yes, trees. Trees are lovely and beautiful things that should be taken care of, and I love trees. Yes, yes.
Yes, I agree. And he takes his hand and he strokes the wooden structure, the wooden frame of the inn. I agree. Trees are great. May you excuse me, Valtos. I must go prepare for bed. Good night.
Can I take my share of the wood? Where's my share?
He hands you a couple pieces of bark and he says, "That should be enough for a small man like you."
Griftus, if I ever want to meet you again, where should I meet you? This was fun.
There was nothing fun about this. It was serious business. But if you should ever need to seek me out again, just go into the grove at midnight and call out my name. I am sure to appear. And,
where is the grove? What are you saying, Griftus?
Any grove. I'll seek you out. And he says, "Now, excuse me, I must be off." And he walks up the stairs.
Goodbye, Griftus. God damn it, he's so powerful.
The entire time these guys were laughing. And they said,
"What's so funny?"
Okay, you're dealing with a guy who has dementia. Like, what are you doing?
Why are you laughing at a man with dementia?
Well, we're more laughing at you because you didn't pick up on it.
What do you mean you're laughing at me?
Look, man, it's just funny, all right?
It was pretty funny. So are there any dryads around here? What the hell was he saying?
No!
What is this bark for? And I hold out my hand with bark.
I don't know, he burns it every night in his room.
God damn, he's so powerful.
Or something.
Alright, who are you guys?
House Xanthos guards.
House Xanthos? Why are there House Xanthos guards here? Shouldn't you be guarding House Xanthos?
No, we're on break.
Wait, I remember, wasn't there a wagon or something that came out of your boat?
They kind of like look at you. What?
Wasn't there a wagon or something that left your boat? I remember you by the docks.
They look at you and they say, Are you watching us?
No. I just saw you. I was talking to Ed. Don't you know Ed? And I'll describe Ed to him.
You don't know an Ed, but that sounds like Ted.
No, it's Ned. It was Ned.
Oh no, that sounds like Ted.
Speaking of Lord Santos, where is his house?
Why do you want to know?
I met his son. His son's name I would remember. Yes, I met him and actually need to talk to him again. Where is the house? I'll name drop him so they know that I actually do know the
They
prince.
kind of like look at you. Well, their house is out to the west, but I would be careful to show up without a formal invitation of some kind.
Is knowing them not enough? Like we need a formal invitation? What's gonna happen if I go without an invitation?
They're a little formal. They don't usually like people prying around.
Wait, so if I need to meet Lord Xantos or his son, what should I do? I know who they are, but you say I need a formal invitation to get in. What should I do?
Guess you can go up and. I guess you can go up to their manor and try and approach them, but they might turn you away. I don't. Look, we just guard the docks. We don't really deal with that type of major domo stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you like guarded his manor. You just okay. All right. Well, thank you. Make sure nothing bad happens to Griftus. Okay, he's a very powerful man.
He can definitely take care of himself.
Yes, that what you can. Okay, and I'll have a nice night, living impaired folk, and I'll take a bow and then leave.
All right.
I'll head back to the boat. By the way, we can't get into the manor without a formal invitation. I found that much out. So we could make up a formal invitation.
Interesting.
I don't know who can forge. I certainly can't, but if you have a formal invitation on a piece of paper, you'll get you into the manor.
It will get us invited into the manor. We could still enter the manor.
Yes, I can certainly enter the manor, and I think you're pretty sneaky too. But can we all enter the manor?
Find out
I
when we
can
see
be
it.
sneaky.
Let's think on this and discuss it in the morning.
Group up. Let's get Carmetra's hut up.
Are we still on the same boat?
We're still on the same boat.
Yes,
Still the
I will group
Wayfarer.
up. Sleeping upstairs again. I
Also,
worry. Yes.
our Veltos, no one came to our boat. Are you worried that people are just gonna take it if we're not paying anyone to guard it?
You don't pay people to guard it. You pay people because they're selling you space to dock your boat.
Okay.
But nobody did that, so it's fine.
Is there any way to lock a boat up?
No.
Don't we have an anchor in the water?
Yeah, but they can
just
lift it
pull
up.
I'll hear it. I'm a very perceptive man, and I'll be sleeping right up there.
Well, I'm more worried about when we leave tomorrow.
I am gonna, what I actually am gonna do is I'm gonna do one of these here, over here, then I'm gonna walk on the boat a little bit.
Yeah.
Anything magical on the boat for anyone?
Your boat? No.
Is there anything magical on Acris that isn't new?
No.
So, that is
Oh,
new.
I show you guys the bark. I go, this is the bark. It's extremely sacred. Griftus and I carved it from a tree in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, did you say a prayer to either Nylea or Carmetra before you did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll roll deception check.
My passive
Where-
insight's 14, so I wouldn't be like
Hold
questioning
up.
it.
Where am I? Oh no.
Acrius,
Yes.
Acrius, please, just
No, you don't. That guy was hacking away at the tree, and I think he would have taken off his own arm or hand if I wasn't there to help him and calm him down.
I guess
I
that's
needed him to calm down.
I guess that's good, but fine. Just all right. I'll handle it, and I'll say some prayers to them as we're getting ready for bed. But also, I guess they can't. I don't know if they can even hear us too well. I mean, we can't hear them.
Yeah, they can't hear anything, remember?
I thought they could hear us, but we can't hear them.
Possible, we
Yes.
don't know. Group, before we go to sleep, what is the plan tomorrow? Are we going to the manor?
We're gonna scout out the manor.
Are Are we just gonna stealth up? Are we gonna pretend we're invited? Or are we gonna wait till nighttime?
Well, we gotta see what it looks like. If there's only one big giant door at the front, that's very different than if there's a cellar entrance and a chimney and all kinds of other ways in.
Yeah, I mean,
It's gonna be an improv scene.
Yeah.
Also, if it's not very heavily guarded, we could always just go with option 2.
when you say improv scene, I sweat audibly.
Okay. Before we leave town, I do want to speak to Griffiths again, though. He's an extremely powerful man, by the way. You saw him, right?
I saw him.
Yeah, he's you saw how powerful he was, right?
He is certainly a warrior.
And then I will go into the crow's nest and say, I'll be sleeping up here.
All right.
All right.
I'll say some prayers and get some rest. Who wants? I can take first watch, but I'd rather take last watch.
Yeah, I'll do first watch.
Okay.
So I will sit at the edge of the boat here, and I'm feeling quite good about life.
Poggles, with your nature check, you can tell something's eerily wrong. You just know something's eerily wrong with the world around you.
Like a sixth sense thing? Yeah.
Okay, do I tell someone? I'm gonna go, where's
It's up to you.
I'm gonna go talk with the captain.
Yes, Boggles?
I want to do this with you, and can we be seen by anyone? Is anyone watching?
If
Well,
we're
I'm in
in
the
the
cabin,
if we're
everyone
in the
outside.
hut, no one outside can hear what's happening in the hut.
Okay.
I think. Let me.
Yeah. It is. You can hear out, they can't hear in.
All right. I'm gonna say, do we need to go to the manor tomorrow and then cast my augury? If I can do it. Or the star map thing. I can't find it right now.
It should just be a spell in your spellbook called Augury. You should even have it under
So you're asking, should you go tomorrow?
No, the outcome of going to the manor.
Yeah.
The question.
Outcome of going to the manor.
So good, bad, or
That is
both.
a wheel and woe. That is probably depends on what you do.
Everything is wheel and woe.
I mean, like, I don't know what you guys are gonna do.
Well, that's good. That means it's not only
I
bad.
mean, that's
Yeah,
the nature of the
yeah.
spell, too, so.
Yeah, that's the
That's
right.
fine.
Alright.
So the snake just looks at me and shrugs. Does my smoke snake have arms?
To have arms, it's made of snow.
Asking the real questions here.
Is it Trogdor?
It's Trogdor looking.
That's what I'm gonna imagine now. By the way, that or the dragon from Mulan, Eddie Murphy. That's my snake.
Mushu, right? Mushu?
All right,
Yeah.
so
I think Mushu's the port.
So I
Yeah,
look at Balthos. I said, something seems wrong. We should definitely have someone that watch at night, and maybe we can do a little bit more too. I don't know. Something just is whack.
They have a watch set up, so that'll be covered.
Is there anything else I can cast that would help me here, like Druidcraft?
You can check the weather for the next 24 hours.
I don't think that's gonna matter.
Well, if it's if there's a typhoon coming, we'd want to get off the boat.
Is there? I'm gonna check the weather. I'm paranoid right now.
There's a
For some
Kraken
reason,
weather
I'm
event.
bugging, and I know it's not the plan.
cloudy
The
skies
Kraken is
tomorrow.
following us.
Cloudy skies.
The dryads are chasing the wood.
Okay. Oh well. Okay. Well, I just tell everyone just to be careful.
Alright, well, I'm going
ready.
to cast Mage Armor and then go to sleep.
That's amazing.
Very Valthos.
Wait,
Maybe re-alarm in my corner of the cabin. Actually, that too. I like it.
can you just cast it on several people?
They need to not have armor on.
Who's not wearing armor?
Poggles, you wearing armor?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Poggles
that-
is-
that
yeah,
equation.
Poggles is
That
way
equation,
higher.
Not the shell.
No, you're right. You're right.
Except-
There is no valid target.
Except me. I guess
I
13's
am
better than
armor.
your studded leather, but
Yeah, but I'm emotionally attached to my studded leather.
okay.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be passed out up here. If something bad happens, just scream.
Yep, you got it.
All right. So what's your watch rotation?
I'm first.
I'm last.
I am too drunk to be trusted to watch.
Alright.
Poggles
is
is second.
is watching.
Nothing occurs during your first watch.
All right.
You tag Poggles in.
Yep. You go give him a tap on the shell and let him know.
Does Poggles sleep in the
Alright.
shell? Or...
I can sleep in either.
I assumed he did. I'm not.
Is there a little window in your ship right here?
There's windows in the back of the ship over here.
Wait, we backed the ship up?
No, we
Back
wouldn't have
that-
well, we could have backed the ship up. Honestly, it wouldn't have been that
Reverse the
difficult. No, it wouldn't have been that difficult. Honestly.
Back the ship up.
I mean, either way, we're gonna have to back it in or back it out.
Balthus? Absolutely.
I would have backed the ship up so we could escape.
Absolutely.
quickly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Balthus
yeah.
would have backed it up because he would want to leave if something bad happened. I agree with that.
So,
Otherwise, we
Um,
would just be sleeping on the bow in the open.
And the hut is like wood
Poggles,
colored.
give me a perception.
Poggles, don't fuck up, bro.
All right. Poggles, you look out the back. So it's during your watch. You look up the back of the ship, or the back. It's like the back window area, and you see something. You see something right here. You see like a little like what looks like this. You see like one of these kind of just like peek out from behind the building.
Damn it,
Where?
Tommy.
It's in chat. Oh my god.
Nowhere on the map.
God damn it!
Right here.
It's Phantom. Oh no, it's Trevenant.
I think it's Phantom.
Like peeks out from behind there, and when it notices that you see it, just kind of like,
It can't notice that he
Disappear.
sees it.
oh shit, you're right. Well, it's there. And then after a brief period of time, it just leaves.
Mhm.
And then the rest of your watch goes by, no problem.
No. I'm waking up Acris. This is
Oh.
fucking his fault. Well,
What?
I
What's
can
wrong?
see it. I'm gonna do a nature check before I wake him up. I'm gonna be like, do I know what that is?
Absolutely, that was gonna be my suggestion. Let's take a nature check.
It's like a tree folk, like a tree ant or something.
Would I
Carry.
know it, player? Would I know it to be like a dryad? Would I put that together off of that?
Not necessarily a dryad, but yeah, you know this is definitely something more nature spirit in line.
Yeah, I'm throwing a rock at the crow's nest.
What? What?
Your dryads are here.
Where?
I just saw one out in the town.
Where?
And I
I'll
point to
come
where it
down
was.
and step over here and look. Do I see anything?
No.
What are you Poggles? What? Where did you see them? And I'll walk over to like the opposite side of the window.
Where did I see it? Also, I wasn't sure where you pinged.
Down here.
I point. I say, right there behind the building.
All right, I can speak Sylvan. This will be fine.
I say to him in Sylvan, so can I.
Wait, you can.
You can
speak-
comprehend it.
Oh,
You can't
right,
speak
the
it.
hat.
You can
Oh my-
comprehend it, not speak it.
You can know, yeah. I'll say in Sylvan hello, and like start walking
Perception check.
around. I can't take 10 on this because I'm looking. That's fair. Oh shit.
It's pretty easy. There's some bark that's on the ground there, but you don't see any sign of anything else.
Is there a trail of bark?
No, just a little pile of bark.
Can I make a check to like know what this is or what could it what the hell this is?
It looks like bark.
Oh my god. I'm gonna run over to the thing to make sure Griftus is okay.
Okay.
He could be fine. I don't know if this was like, like a war. I don't know.
You burst in. You go over to the Martin's tail, and you're banging on that front door, but it is locked.
Oh fuck. Where was Griftus's room? Where was he?
Well, you get at that room with the broken window behind over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that to go make sure Griftus is okay.
Gonna climb up, take 10.
Yeah.
So 9.
Griftus is fast asleep in his bed, surrounded by a white smoke that was produced clearly from this burning bark in his room.
I'll say, God damn it, Griftus, and chuckle, and then go back to the bed. Run all the way back to the boat and be like, okay, Griftus is okay. And I'm gonna say, Poggles, you were absolutely sure you saw something.
He is.
Okay. I don't know what you saw, but it wasn't a dryad or anything, I don't think, because nothing was there. And then I'll go back to sleep in the crow's nest.
The rest of that watch goes by with no issue. Last watch.
Canthos. Not Canthos.
Okay, those Kanathos did
I'm
first
up,
watch.
I'm up. I'm up.
Yeah, Poggles is back, sorry.
Did you spot anything, Poggles?
Did Agrius run over there? Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
I ran over to Griftus, went inside, and he was asleep in his bed with burning bark around it. And then I came back here and asked you if you're sure you saw something, and you were AFK.
I was like, I'm 6,000% positive.
And
Okay,
Tommy, you
I
saw
said
the bark.
you can go back to sleep, but
I am
you
going
probably-
back. It's Zalkos' watch now. Go wake him up. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah, and then I wake up and ask Poggles, did you see anything in your watch?
I tell him about the thing and tell him where it was and whatnot.
Do I know what that is, Frank? Based on his
Okay.
description?
Yeah, you know, it's like a tree folk.
Huh. Wonder why tree folk would be here. And I sort of turn up and look at the crow's nest. And then I'll say, alright, you get some sleep. I'll keep watch for a bit and then I'll wake y'all up with some breakfast.
Your watch goes by without issue.
Cool. As it's hitting about the 8-hour mark, I will cook some breakfast.
Long rests achieved.
That is true.
Bam.
You have all received
Bam.
effects of a long rest.
Well, good.
Nice
Well,
portents.
those are good portents.
So the next morning, I wake up. I was not privy to any of this craziness, so I'm just gonna sort of ask how everyone's doing. Was anything happen?
It was good. I woke up in the middle of the night because Poggle said he saw something, and I'll wait for Poggle to say what happened.
Poggle, saw something. Why didn't someone wake me up?
Well, I kind of went over because he said it was a dryad thing, and there was nothing there but a piece of bark. So, I don't really know what to make of that.
Think it might have been a warning.
I'll point to Zelkos and be like, "You are a worshiper of Karamitra. What does this mean?"
Might be Karamitra, it might be Nylea, but I don't know. Probably not good. We're nowhere near a like big forest or anything.
Why would Grifter's curse be like this? What happened?
Didn't you say you ran in the forest and without a prayer just started hacking away at a tree?
Dude, Griftus did.
But you came back with a bunch of bark.
I hacked after he started, but it wasn't. It was Griftus's fault. They should be chasing Griftus.
Maybe they are. Maybe he's dead.
Nope, I checked on him at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's fine.
What? You just ran off the boat?
Yes, I ran over. I saw a piece of wood on the floor. Got scared for Griftus, ran over, climbed the wall, saw him sleeping, surrounded by wood that's on fire, and came back and went to sleep.
You know, I think with every day our friendship passes, I will be less and less surprised that you survived an encounter with a kraken.
Yes. And I'll say, so who's going to work on that forgery notes? Or are we just busted in?
I mean, I can try. I'm not. I can get into the character of someone writing an invitation, but I don't know if I get the handwriting
What
down.
is the I think I have proficiency with calligraphy tools.
You do.
Wait,
You
Ken,
do.
you can forge?
It's different than a forgery kit, but like
Yeah,
you
no,
can
it
make like
definitely is.
fancy writing.
Yes. We should make a fancy invitation.
Okay. So I actually have experience with that, so I can
So
do
you have
that.
paper
but,
and ink.
What? Is that not included in the kit?
I have paper.
Oh, you have a
and ink,
calligrapher's
regardless.
kit? Then yeah, you're
Yes.
golden.
All right.
Calligrapher supplies. If that doesn't have
Yeah,
paper, I'm
no,
not
that does. It
sure.
does.
Zelko, start talking. He will start writing.
I mean, if you're the noble, if you know how to
I don't know anything.
No, point
You
is
are
looking at not.
What should this?
I know you're not the noble. I was talking to Canathos, the noble.
Yeah, I can try. The things are different from area to area.
How do most noble invitations start out?
Well,
Yes. I don't know. What does it usually say?
a lot of in Akros, there's usually invitations to duel and things like the Heroan games. We don't really
We have an invite to meet. What was his name? Lord Santos's first name.
Lord Patro Santos.
We
it's
need.
his son.
What's the son? What's the father's name? We need to have a letter saying we have an invitation to meet. Insert full name here.
Yeah, I talked to some of the guards, and a lot of the guards haven't even met him. So it sounds like he's not an easy guy to get a hold of. He might have a small enough calendar that everyone that should be meeting him would be known. Like, we can't just slip in with a forgery. It might be better to case the place first.
Yeah, we can case the place. I just wanted to have this made first, but we can go case it first.
Yeah, I like that
Did-
plan. Have a backup
Did
letter.
you maybe one of you who I'm happy to make it, but maybe one of you who had a went inside and spoke to the son should carry this, because I have no frame of reference for that.
I should carry it because that guy never even met him. Zelkos and Zelkos form. And he knows I want to actually go meet the father.
Yes, okay, sure.
But as I'm thinking about it, we will write this later, but we should probably case the joint first to see what we're up against, and then we can write it outside or something if we need to.
Yep. Okay.
As we leave the hut, I will turn to my risen persona.
Isn't it going to be weird if we're walking around with a risen?
I think it's weirder if you're not.
Touche.
I am Ren Phelan, if anyone asks.
I understood Tommy's touche.
So this is after breakfast is served and everything.
Thank you, Charles.
All right. Well, here's what happens now. As you shortly after leaving the hut, and as you're like writing up this note, you all, without fail, hear like a knock on your boat.
What was that?
And you hear a guy say, hello?
I'm going to go talk to him. I
Who's-
can't be me.
who's this?
What you need?
I need some type of clearance for you to dock here. This is how Xantos docks. They have vessels coming in and out. Did you have permission from House Ventos to be parked here, or to be docked here rather?
Frank, before he answers, do I recognize the voice as the people from the bar?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm not coming up then.
Didn't we find a guy? That was what we did when we came in to direct us to a place to park.
No.
No, I think we just parked on our
We
own.
just kind of
What the
came in.
that was my okay.
It was late when you came in.
So essentially, the docks are like closed. Is what you're saying?
Docks never close their docks.
This guy's asking for identification.
Yeah, he says like, give me your permit, basically, so you can park here.
Uh,
I turned to
We need
Valtos.
to get parking validated.
Just fucking bribe him, man.
Or just ask where to park.
I was told to park here by some guy on the docks, but where were we supposed to park then if we weren't part of House Xanthos?
Well, look, this is. I'm not really paid enough to know that. I'm just kind of supposed to go around and make sure these docks are cleared for all those Xanthos merchant vessels and everything.
Yeah. Which docks are you not supposed to be made to check?
I mean, the ones over in that general direction, but
All right, that's nice.
Look.
We're gonna move the boat over to those docks instead.
all right.
I'm
You know,
gonna
you
hop
could,
off the boat and say, I'm gonna check on Griftus, and then I'll meet you at the entrance to the place.
He kind of like eyes you up and down. He's like, all right. You know, he like looks at you, Valtos, and says, you know, I could save you a lot of trouble moving this moving this craft and everything.
How much is it gonna cost me to save me this trouble?
It's gonna cost you it's gonna cost you the most valuable thing you have on board.
All right, I can't give you Zelkos, so something else.
I don't know. Do you have anything in the have any I don't really have any use for money, but I do like to collect artifacts from around Theros. If you catch my drift.
It sounds like you're looking for something specific, so out with it. What are you looking for?
And anything that you would consider valuable.
I'm gonna walk up to Valtos and whisper in his ear, "Coral dagger, maybe."
Oh, I like mine too much.
Me too. And just
I
chuckle.
have one. I'll just hand him mine. I'll be like, this is a very special coral dagger from the bottom of an ocean. And I'll hold it out.
The bottom of the ocean, you say?
Careful
yes,
now,
there
it's
was
treated
an
with some
island.
poison.
There was an island at the bottom of the ocean that got pulled up from Thassa. And then we went into a temple, and this was in there.
It's funny, because you're not even lying.
I know, I'm trying to make it sound awesome when it's really just like a poison dagger.
Well, I'm not sure if this would suffice for payment here. I mean, is
All
there
right,
any...
well, you're gonna
that
take this dagger, or we're moving the fucking boat. Which do you want?
Well, hold on now. Let's wind it back a bit. How's about I take that dagger off your hands? You don't. It seems like it's rather heavy. It looks pretty heavy. Ooh, it looks like it's made of some rather dense material.
Yes, barnacles. There are barnacles.
Barnacles.
Coral, but sure.
Barnacle. I'll
Finest
say barnacle.
steel coral of Thassa. Yes, that's how I'm sure it keeps its shape.
Yes, it is quite valuable and beautiful. It will make you very powerful.
It's not going to make me very powerful. It's going to make my buyers very powerful. That's for certain.
So, do we have a deal, or?
Well, I think we should shake on it.
What was your name again?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him and say, I'm gonna need to see some
My name's
identification.
Garmeld.
What's his name?
My name's Garmeld.
Caramel. Okay.
I'm not shaking on it until Kanathos gets that proper.
Yeah,
info.
can I, are you the dockmaster here, the harbor master?
Of sorts. I'm.
Of
I run,
sorts.
I run the local. Well, I run the. How's best to put this? The merchant house for House Xantos over here. You see, he points to a building on the. He points to this building. He's like, I run that building. I'm in charge of most of the Xantos comings and goings, their imports and exports and such. So
And how much are you skimming?
I wouldn't. What do you mean? I
Well-
would know no word. What is skimming? Is that a type of milk?
I'm assuming he looks the part, by the way. Like risen,
Yeah.
well-dressed merchant.
Roll a 15
that
on insight.
Cheese skimming?
Was he lying at all about his position and that being like the Xanthos merchant house at all?
He's not lying, but he's not. He's not really. He doesn't look like an honest man.
Look, somewhat familiar with these parts, and I've never seen nor heard of you.
Well, I'd never. Look. I'm not saying you shouldn't move your ship, but even if you do move your ship, I might make your time in this town a little rough and tumble, if you know what I'm saying.
Is that a threat?
Yes, he's threatening you.
How much time will this dagger get us?
I mean, I'm always looking for new.
Can you step on the boat, please?
I will not.
I pull out my pan flute and I play a little ditty and cast charm person on him and say,
He's
"Fred, get on the
dead.
boat." Oh, I'm dead. I keep forgetting. All right, I don't do that. I dream about that and then I get annoyed at this undead situation.
I'm gonna ask you again. How much time does this dagger get us?
I'll ensure that your boat stays safe here at harbor. It'll keep you. It'll be here for a fortnight. How about that?
I'm extremely dumb. How long is a fortnight?
He looks at you. Are you joking?
I don't sail ever.
It's 10 days.
That's not okay.
What?
Fortnite has nothing to do with sailing. That's
Hell,
Who just
I
said
know
2
that
10 days?
I did, because a week is 10 days in D&D worlds.
What the fuck? I never even knew that. I'll be honest with you. Alright, well, why don't you leave these gentlemen here? They'll, move the boat or they won't. And I'll come with you to go, meet your supervisor, meet your credentials. Because, like I said, I don't believe you're what you said you are.
Well, you step into my office and I'll show you all the credentials you'll need.
Alright. And I, will go with this man to his office.
You might die in there. I'm gonna go see Griftus, okay?
I'll silently follow Canathos.
I could have just moved the boat.
What did you say, Al?
I could have just moved the boat.
Nah, fuck this
Did you
guy.
hear what he said? If you move the boat, I'm gonna make your life awful.
You didn't say that at the beginning.
He wants his pockets to be lined. I'm not having it.
Alright.
I think Kanathos thinks he can take him.
Okay, you have fun
But
with that.
guys, I'm gonna go see Griftus, and I'm gonna go see Griftus, and you can.
Back to Griftus. You go into the Martin's Tail, and I assume you ask for him.
Yes, one Griftus, please.
Well, he left this morning.
Where?
Where he normally goes. He went out to the forest.
I need to see him. This is really dangerous. And you can cut back and do their thing, Frank. I'll be right back 1 minute. So do all Christian's thing.
I don't have a map set up for this.
No. Oh. You want to call? Okay.
Takes you into his office. Says,
All right.
"Well, you can see I am purveyor of fine goods.
Am I seeing it? I'm not seeing it right now.
You see many objects, all his items.
Yes, obtained in much the same way, I assume.
I will never share my secrets."
All right, let's see the credentials.
He pulls open the drawer to his desk, and he's like, right here. This is my writ, as it were.
I'm not seeing am I seeing a seal, Frank? What am I seeing here?
You are seeing a wax seal on the bottom. Yes.
Do I recognize it as a seal of Patros Santos?
You recognize it as a seal of House Xantos, or what you believe to be a seal of House Xantos.
Okay. Can I do like a history or something to confirm whether I know what this is?
Yeah, go ahead.
15? Fucking 29.
That looks like a seal for the House Xantos. All right. Here,
Alright.
would you like to look at it? Would you like to perhaps study it a little closer?
Yeah, I certainly would actually. Thank you for offering.
Yes. Now, might I see that dagger of Thassa, that legendary dagger of the heroes of Thassa's temples?
Well, no, you may not because I don't have it.
I think you actually do.
Yeah,
I don't have one.
I think he handed it off. Or I think Acreus
Oh.
handed it off.
Acreus
Okay.
handed it to him, and now you have it because you got it.
Oh,
From him.
okay. So yeah, I'll show it to him.
I handed you my writ. Perhaps you could have passed me off the dagger so I could inspect it a little closer.
Of course, yeah, please.
Charge for this baby. The structure and the craftsmanship. Only a forge of the gods would be able to forge something like this. He's enveloped in the dagger, and you have currently have his writ in possession.
You're gonna give it a good hard look.
Yep. I am taking a close. Oh wait, Zelkos is with following me, right?
Yeah, I'm silently following you around.
Yeah.
Wait, who's in this room?
This is a closed room right now. Who's in this room?
It's just the three of us, I thought. Almost Poggles came too, but I thought Poggles was on the ship.
I thought it was just Krishna. but maybe
I did say I'm silently following him.
But I don't. If he took me into the office and closed it, you might not be able to see what's going on. I'm not sure.
No, but
you're
I
in
would have
there
been
now.
I'm literally
Oh,
standing
you're known
next
to be
you.
there.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so-
I'm not trying to sneakily. I'm just
Yeah.
silent.
Then yeah, no, that's totally fine. So we get. I'm sort of turning the writ so Zelkos can see it well, in case, because I know he
Sort of
has
nodding.
good eyes
Shenanigans.
for that. Yeah. And then all right, well our master, if that's all.
Say again?
I said harbor master, if that's all. I believe you want this back.
Yes, I'll take that right back. And we're.
I know. What's your name?
I'm Garmeld.
Garment. Okay. Well, should I ever meet Lord Xantos soon, I will make sure to commend him on what a good job you did here.
I trust you will. Enjoy your stay. And you leave the office, or you leave his office as he's eyeing up this dagger. He's like, I'll make a killing on this. The tales I'll weave about you. And he kind of just is there.
Yep, I'm sort of thinking about.
Where's his writ?
I'm sorry.
What did he do?
We gave it back to him.
Yeah, but what did he do with it, Frank?
He kind of put it back in his desk where he pulled it out from.
When he pulled out the drawer, was it silent or did it make noise?
It made noise.
Okay, never mind.
Right, go back to the boat. What happened with Acreus? Did he
running into the clearing where I chopped down the tree. Because I was told he went to his usual spot, which I don't even know what that means, but I'm assuming it means like a grove or something.
Right.
Hold on. Say one more time.
I'm going out to where him and I chopped the tree before because I was told that he went out to the usual spot, right?
Yeah, when you get there, you see a bunch more trees that have been debarked, but you have no sign of Griffiths.
Do I hear anything, like chopping or anything?
No. There's just a bunch of bark left on the ground.
I'm like, holy shit. I need to ask him what the fuck happened to me, but he's not here. That will be a problem to be solved for another day, and I will come I will go try to find the entrance to the manor.
All right, we're gonna call it there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
All right, that's it.
Well, I need to go take Pepper out. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yep. See ya.
GG. We all good for
Say
next
hello,
week?
Pepper.
Same time?
I cannot do
you're
next
also-
week.
We'll can't do next week. We'll find another time, either next week or this week, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I can't do next Monday. I have a meeting.
Right.
Should we? So we don't want to pick a day now?
I'm game to pick a day now.
Because yeah, I don't
I'm
want to
game
like.
to pick a day now. I would prefer it's this weekend because Shadowlands comes out the Tuesday in a week from tomorrow.
Truth.
So like the Monday would have been perfect
Like
because it's
Saturday afternoon.
I already made plans for Saturday.
Do like
We
Friday.
made plans for Saturday.
yeah, well that's like Saturday morning ish.
Yeah, but I also made plans for Saturday night.
we could do
like Friday evening.
Yeah, later Twitch.